Keep extra medicine on hand, make copies of key documents, and keep them somewhere safe. Stay informed, learn about local hazards, and sign up for alerts. Be ready. Learn more at americares.org/sendusin.
In World War I, American fighter pilots covering a plane's rear position coined the phrase, "I've got your six," to mean I've got your back. Through their service, veterans have our backs. Now we should have theirs. Learn more at gotyoursix.org using the number 6.
This hour of the Triangle Sports Leader is powered by Ritchie Law Firm, injury lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it. Go to ritchielaw.com.
That's ritchielaw.com.
They score!
WCMC-FM HD1 Holly Springs.
Listen, no one's giving us a shot. We're 10.5-point underdogs.
Yeah.
Everyone in the NFL besides the Panthers believes they have a chance, and that's a fact, and our coaches. And so there's nothing greater than us against the world mentality, and that's what we're going to have to take on this week in our preparation and go out and try to play well, not turn the ball over, get our running game established, and make plays in the passing game like we did the first time when we played against it.
It's the Adam Gold Show. Hi, everyone. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria's here.
It's a pre-Friday.
It is.
I feel like tomorrow's going to be really exciting for Panther fans. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, well, tomorrow there will not have been a game yet.
I know, but our friends over on the music side, Mix, have invited me to a Panthers tailgate because they said that they know that I'm the biggest Panther.
Right.
And so they know I'm going to geek out. Like, they want me to bring my trinkets. I have, like, a lot of Panther things at my house. And they're like, you should bring it for the tailgate.
Trinkets?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Tchotchkes?
all kinds. I have a game room full of, like, sports. Hockey, football, baseball, all of it. Yeah. Miss Pac-Man machine in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like one of the ones where you sit, like
No,
the tabletop?
it's a legit arcade.
Oh,
It's
wow.
one of my favorite things. I love it so much. It's old school. Like, you know it came
Well,
from...
Miss Pac-Man is old school.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
But
very
you know
nice.
it came
It
from...
was Space Invaders?
I don't know, like a laundromat or something, because it's got carvings on the side where people are like, John loves Stacy, or what. I don't know what it
Nice.
says. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's
Written under a bridge.
telling you, we could probably have a whole show about random things
Very nice.
in our house. Yeah.
All right, so you got trinkets. That's
Yeah.
good. Is the tailgate tomorrow or is the party
Tomorrow morning, apparently, because I do a morning show.
Right,
so
yes.
for them, it's probably like afternoon. For me, it's definitely morning.
All right. Very nice. Okay, I can't make it. That's fine. Kidding.
No, you totally can.
No, that's fine. They
Bring
didn't
your
ask
Panther
me.
trinkets.
They didn't ask me. I do not have Panthers trinkets.
Oh,
I do not possess.
We'll have to change.
Actually don't have a lot of team gear.
Yeah.
I don't own. I do now, thanks to the holidays. I own jerseys now,
Yeah.
but I don't. No football, no basketball, no baseball, no hockey.
Well, you know how many I have.
I have only soccer shirts now.
Yeah. We've established I've got
Yeah.
quite a few Panther ones.
You do. I do. I want to know all the. Like, I want to be able. You have to tell me how many you have.
Yeah, I'll have to
And
look
then
at
I
them.
want to guess, and I know you've said a few, but I want to guess the players that you've got. So you need to tell me, give me a full list of how many,
Okay.
and then we'll guess the players that
Also,
you've got.
curveball, you have to say what color the jersey is, because
Oh,
I have
wow.
multiple colors.
do you have any? You have teal jerseys?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So that's recent.
Yeah.
They have.
I don't have as many.
The teal. They've done teal for a while.
A few years,
all the
but
way back from.
I don't have many of those.
They did teal when Cam was playing, but initially they didn't.
It's mostly
right?
black and white.
Yeah. Initially they didn't. So if you have a Sam Mills,
Right.
it's probably just in black or white. So.
Yep.
I want to talk Panthers here. I got a number of things I want to get to. We have a hockey game tonight.
Yeah.
Against the Anaheim Ducks over at Lenovo Center. There's a lot of stuff to do. Let's go. And by the way, we are going to talk to our friend Bridget Condon in the first hour.
Oh, you know, Bridget's daughter, Ava, probably has a jersey. Because, the husband's a Commanders fan.
Yes.
So she probably has
Well,
a little tiny jersey.
She does. She has, I'm sure, onesies. But she was also thankful.
Yes, that they didn't win.
Never mind. Not gonna. We don't need to do that. Anyway, let's talk about this. First of all, Mike McDaniel was fired today.
He
the
was.
Miami Dolphins head coach. So now we've got 7 teams that have fired their coach or who are looking for a new head coach. And we knew yesterday that 7 teams had reached out about John Harbaugh. I'm guessing that Miami was probably one of them.
Right.
But the rumor is, depending on what happens in these playoffs, what I read was look out for the Packers and the Bills.
See,
to potentially be interested in John Harbaugh.
When yesterday that came up that a team who had not fired their head coach was also inquiring about Harbaugh, that was the first one I thought of.
Which one, the Packers or the Bills?
The Bills.
Bills, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very much so. All right, let's get to work here. Let's deal with the Panthers. I'm just going to pose this kind of in a broad way. Obviously, it's a great opportunity. You make the playoffs. You're 8-9. You're in the playoffs. I mean, it's a freak of the NFL that the division ended up being so mediocre at best that 8-9 won it. Panthers have won the division before at 7-8-1. The Seattle Seahawks one year won the division at 7-9. It happens when you have 8 4-team divisions. Invariably, one of the divisions is going to be such each year that, it's the way it worked out. And while you are a 10.5-point favorite, and I know this is an important game, an important opportunity, I can't help but think that this is a free hit with no pressure at all on the Panthers going up against the Rams. Obviously, you want to win it, and they're not looking at it. The team is not going to look at it as a free hit. But we are talking about a group, a particular team that is developing. The head coach is developing. The quarterback, developing. Their roster, still in a development stage. The truth is that this is not a good enough team to make a long playoff run. So even if they were to win this game, and they could, they'll be bigger underdogs next week. So if you beat the Rams and then you're going to Seattle, which who knows if it would be Seattle, but it wouldn't have to be Seattle. It could be San Francisco. It could be Philadelphia. You're going to be bigger underdogs next week when you're on the road. So the way I look at it, there is no pressure. Let it rip. Be aggressive. Do stupid things. Not meaning do stupid things. Like, don't do a flea flicker from the 20.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
When it's nasty weather, rainy and stuff. No. Mm-mm.
Don't do stupid things, but do daring things.
Yes.
Because, to be honest, that's probably the method to beat the Rams.
Yeah.
To,
Be unpredictable.
They think we're going to zig?
Yeah.
We're going to zag.
All day.
Right? So, yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing Bryce air it out. I wouldn't be opposed to basically doing the whole game backwards. Run when they think you're going to pass when they think you're going to run. Do it all. Like, have some creativity, because I do look at this as, what's the worst that happens if you lose? Your draft pick is better than if you win. Right? Because now when you're here, when you're out, they slot you.
Yep.
Right? So that's the way I look at it. All right, now, this is something that we have been seeing over the course of the last several weeks. It took a while for Jalen Coker to get healthy. It took a while for Jalen Coker to really get back into the swing of things offensively. But he is now, Brad Idzik, the offensive coordinator, on the wide receiver.
Yeah, it's a production business, and he's been doing a great job of producing when, we've called his number. So Jalen just, it starts, I think I talked about it a couple weeks ago, just his ownership of the playbook coming from year 1 to year 2. And then, as he overcame his injury earlier in the year, this year, we just started to sprinkle a little bit more to him. And then you see him come to life in both phases of the game. We really harp on our guys that everybody's involved in both the run and pass game. And Jalen, he's a shining star in that regard when it comes to the run game, because he is as physical as it gets playing down there in the slot. We love to use that as a complement for the pass game, get him open on play actions and stuff. And then when the ball's in the air, time and time again, he's gone up and make plays for us.
Coker's been very good. He probably is. He's a big slot receiver, but I think he is probably best suited in there. But you've got Tetero and McMillan. You've got Jalen Coker, Idzik on two of the others, Xavier Leggett and Jimmy Horn Jr.
Yeah, all the guys are always ready. And I think anytime you talk about an increased role for one, it's going to come at the expense of somebody else. Those guys still have their pieces in the game plan. But again, as of late, Jalen's been doing a great job of making plays for us. And I just commend Xavier, and I commend Jimmy and some of the other guys that, take the hit when somebody else is getting more looks. The look in their eye at practice, the way they're approaching everything has remained constant. And that's just a testament to the guys that we have in the building, the leadership that we have in the receiver room, from Rob Moore and Keyshawn Coleman, just keeping those guys tapped in, ready to go, because, a drops hat, you got to go in for somebody else. We have a bunch of different personnels we work with where everybody's out on the field. So just staying ready to go is key there.
Yeah, I would love to see, first of all, best case scenario is that this upcoming offseason, Leggett, puts the work in and takes another step. I don't think it's been a particularly good year, too, for him. Jimmy Horn has shown flashes, shown moments, and made big catches at big times. Leggett has too at times, but that's the area. I really like McMillan and his future, and Coker and his future. All right, we talked about making the playoffs, giving you a free hit. Derek Brown, who did not, other than the opener, did not play at all last year. Brown on what it means.
It's a testament to everything that we started out doing in April. We knew what it was last year defensively, and just coming back in and trying to all the pieces we've added to this. I mean, it's been great. And this is the thing from day one that you preach. Been just a tough physical ass defense, and that's what we're trying to do. So I mean, to be able to have a turnaround and not get to where we want to, but to be in better space than we were. I mean, that's just the goal.
I'd be curious. I didn't hear a score being counted out in the ping pong game that was in play in the background.
Yeah.
I am intrigued.
I guess they earned the ping pong.
I guess. By the way, who's a very good ping pong player?
Who's that?
Jacob Slavin.
Oh, wow.
Very good ping ponger, yes.
Well, he's had a lot of time to practice, too, lately.
Wow.
Not his fault, but still.
Might play tonight. Practice yesterday.
Hope so.
So, yes, looking forward to Jacob Slavin drawing in. Hopefully that will happen tonight. We'll get to the Hurricanes in just a moment. Dave Canales, vibes, sir.
I'm just really proud. I'm really proud of the work that it took as the entire organization and this full group of all of us, just taking one day at a time and just continuing to try to push the envelope. Just try to push it a little bit further every day. What does a win look like today? And what are the areas of improvements? Can we just get incrementally better over time? And that commitment, that consistency, that type of character for this whole group is what I'm really proud of and excited for. And then as far as, the playoff experience goes, it's just, I've been there. I know what it feels like. And it's so important that we don't just block it all out, that we take it in and use it. Use that energy, use Bank of America Stadium. Playing at home is why it's so important to win the division. You get that first home game, and we're excited about that.
All right.
It also took the entire division.
Yeah, it did. It takes a village.
It does.
The village of the NFC South to get you in the playoffs. All of that is good. I mentioned this yesterday. I forget exactly which. You know what? It was when we talked to Jake Delhomme earlier in the week about the atmosphere around Bank of America Stadium. I am not even going to pretend that I have been to a ton of NFL games. I think I have been to 3 NFL games in Charlotte. But as a kid, I grew up going to games at first Shea Stadium. We had Jet season tickets. Shea Stadium and then the Meadowlands. And I have seen atmospheres outside of NFL stadiums. I've been to games in Baltimore, NFL games in Baltimore. Heck, I've been to Super Bowls, which, honestly, kind of boring. The atmosphere around Bank of America Stadium is incredibly unique as it pertains to other NFL games. It is different. It has more of a college feel to it. And maybe that's because, by and large, the state of North Carolina is a college sports state. It's one of the things that is so unique and great about the Carolina Hurricanes.
That's why we have Strut and Stormy on the away jersey.
Very nice. I would like to see that on the jersey.
Yes.
Boom. Crest. Strut and Stormy. I see those in one of the videos the team does. Slavin's got like it's either a sweater or a sweatshirt with that.
Oh, I love
just
those.
The C. Oh, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but that's what Bank of America Stadium's got. There is an atmosphere around the stadium on game days that is just very, very different than you are going to find in a lot of other NFL places. Now, I don't know that you use that when the game starts. I don't think you do, but it is just different. And we're going to play something a little bit later on from Greg Olson, who was on, I think it was the Charlotte Observer podcast. I'm trying to think who. John Isner was doing it with Scott Fowler, although you don't really hear either of them in this bit of audio that we'll play later on. But Olson is actually telling a story about fandom, even though he's not talking about it. But the underlying theme of it is about the fans in Charlotte for this team. And how many times do I say to you, Victoria, that the fans who have put up with a lot of BS
for a long time.
It's been since 18.
Right.
Actually, since they didn't make the playoffs in 18. They fell short.
Yeah.
So 17, the last time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
It's hard to miss the playoffs like 10 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to miss. I think it's been 8 for Carolina.
Yeah.
But it's hard. And honestly, look this is how you broke your streak, with an 8-9 division-winning season.
Exactly. Well, and also in between that stretch, what made it worse was all the bad decisions. The terrible decisions that made you feel like, wow, we're moving backwards.
Bad decisions in general leads to we're not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Lions went a long time between playoff bids, right?
Yes.
The Browns made it during COVID, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't make it otherwise. So that's the angle that I come from when it comes to the Panthers, is that the fans, the people who give part of their disposable income to a billionaire.
Yeah.
Right? That these people deserve a good time. And the fans, I think Panthers fans deserve something fun.
Yes.
Whether you win the game or not.
Yeah.
That's why, man. I'm just saying, let it rip.
Mm-hmm.
Let it rip. We'll talk to Bridget Condon about this game and about the first week of the playoffs, which is, I think, super fun. I did see this one conversation on ESPN, and actually it's on again. Dante Moore, who will, if you watch the college football playoff semifinals on Friday, Indiana and Oregon in the Peach Bowl, Dante Moore is Oregon's quarterback. And every mock draft right now has him listed going second. Fernando Mendoza from Indiana first to the Raiders, Dante Moore second. They don't, I think the Giants pick second. They don't need a quarterback. The Jets pick very high in the draft. And that's the rumor, is that Dante Moore would end up with the Jets. So Stephen A. Smith is on a kick where, Dante Moore, you should go back to college and not get picked by the Jets, because you'd be better off at Oregon for another year, because apparently you can go back, than you would going to the Jets, because the Jets are a football atrocity. Stephen A.'s words. I'm not going to argue that the Jets aren't a football atrocity, because they are. They have picked very high in many, many drafts, much like, well, I've mentioned the Browns already, much like the Browns. And heck, a lot of teams can't get out of their own way, and the Jets are one of them. I think they're right now the longest running no playoffs team in the NFL. But financially, that would be a dumb thing to do if you're Dante Moore. I don't care how much money Oregon can pay you to play another season of college football for them. Financially, it would be stupid to go back to school. Let me point this out. Dante Moore probably isn't Andrew Luck. When you are Andrew Luck, when you are a cannot miss, the only thing that stopped Andrew Luck from becoming one of those quarterbacks was health. Injuries prevented Andrew Luck becoming, seriously, maybe the best quarterback of his generation. Dante Moore, again, probably, because we don't know how these guys develop, probably isn't that. Which means if somebody's going to take you second, you go. And you don't even think about it. I don't care how dysfunctional the franchise is, you go. And when they prove that they are dysfunctional, you go somewhere else and play. Sam Darnold. Baker Mayfield. Right? Baker Mayfield was drafted first by the Cleveland Browns. Forget about how many teams he played for before he got to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was drafted first by Cleveland. Sam Darnold was the third pick in that draft by the Jets. Right? The Jets have drafted several quarterbacks early. Zach Wilson. Now, Zach Wilson, like if he had stayed in school one more year, maybe he would have been drafted high. Who knows? You just don't know. Sam Howell, a lot of people thought he was going to be one of the first few picks in the draft. And then he came back for another year. I'm not saying he shouldn't have. Well, I guess financially it probably cost him a lot. And maybe they would have figured him out at the combine. But it's financial suicide to do what Stephen A. is suggesting Moore do. Stay in school to avoid playing for the Jets. That is just silly. Silly. All right, real quick. Hurricanes tonight against the Anaheim Ducks. Bridget Condon, we're going to talk playoff football with her in a couple minutes. Looks like it's going to be Frederick Anderson tonight against Anaheim. His best game this year, I think, was against Colorado. He gave up 4 goals in that game. Not the one he just played, although I thought he was good against Colorado this time. But when he played against Colorado the first time, made 44 saves in the game. He was excellent in that game, and Carolina won in a shootout. The other best game that he played was against the Ducks on that road trip, and I think it was a 4-1 Carolina win. Now, I don't think that has anything to do with him playing tonight. Brandon Bussey has played the last two. Frederick Anderson will go tonight. Bussey will get Seattle on Saturday. I guess unless Freddie stands on his head and pitches a shutout, in which case Rod might decide to go, hey, well, you just shut somebody out. Let's run you back out there. That's fine. But Freddie's going to play tonight, it looks like. There's also a fair chance that Jacob Slavin draws back into the lineup. So if Slavin can play, and we'll get a better indication of this if we get an email that says that, A, he's been activated, or that Joel Nystrom has been sent back to Chicago of the American Hockey League. Carolina must clear a roster spot for Slavin to play. They have 4. Slavin is not on the active roster right now, so they have 3 players on the active roster that were healthy scratches against Dallas. Jesperi Kotkaniemi, Mark Jankowski, and Mike Riley were all healthy extras. So for Slavin to play, somebody on the roster has to be sent out. And my guess is that would be Joel Nystrom. He would be sent back, and Carolina would then have 1 extra D, 2 extra forwards. And that's probably a little bit closer to what you want. But Slavin back in the lineup would be, I think, an added boost. It would be an added boost to a penalty kill that continues to just be meh. They are sort of in the middle, but at the bottom of the middle in the NFL, in the NHL, in the penalty kill. But with Slavin in the lineup, granted, small sample size, with Slavin in the lineup, their penalty kill has looked great. They have allowed one power play goal when Jacob Slavin plays, as opposed to 25 when he doesn't. So we'll keep an eye on that. Bridget Condon, NFL Network. Panthers, Rams, Chargers, Patriots. We got a lot of intrigue. Next.
Asheville to Wilmington, Boone to Durham, The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Get crazy, Canes fans. It's hockey night in Carolina. It's your Canes and Anaheim.
Oh, between the legs, Miller! He scores!
Storm Watch with Adam Gold at 6:30. Puck drop at 7.
Stars on the front. Dear Bussy! What a save! Sam Steele! Meet the bus driver. He's not letting you on tonight.
On your official audio home of Hurricanes hockey, 99.9 The Fan.
Hey friends, Paul Eihander here from 99.9 The Fan for FanDuel. And the NFL's into its wild card playoff round. It is here, and FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the wild card round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting just for you in the app. Pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay fitting that perfect moment. Then apply your profit boosts and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs get rolling. So visit FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Visit FanDuel.com/Paul and get in the game. 21 plus and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
There's so much to love about North Carolina, but we all want more. More boundless views, more pristine scenery, more wildlife, more adventures, and more clean roads to get there. But to get more, we have to do less. Less littering, that is. Properly disposing of waste is never a waste of time. It leads to a more enjoyable environment for much longer. So, when traveling in North Carolina, make it your nature to trash your trash. Leave it more beautiful than when you found it. And we will all have more reasons to love NC. Litter less, get more. For more on the 7 outdoor NC Leave No Trace principles, visit OutdoorNC.com. Sponsored by the North Carolina Association of Broadcasters and Visit North Carolina, a part of the Economic Development Partnership of North Carolina, in cooperation with this station.
The best financial move you can make this time of year? How about lowering your mortgage rates to 4.99% fixed APR, the lowest rate in years? How about getting up to $500,000 out of your home equity in the process? You can do it now by calling Loan Pronto. Hey, it's Dennis Cox. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can get a ton of cash, pay off all those high-interest credit cards, and skip up to 2 house payments. One homeowner just got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours, wiped out their credit cards and 2 car loans, and saved $2,100 a month. Don't wait. No hard credit pull up front, and you probably won't even need an appraisal. Just fast, easy cash from your home's equity. Act now. Call 919-381-1760 or visit loanpronto.com. Start the new year by wiping out all higher interest debt and lowering your bills by thousands. Call 919-381-1760 and see how much cash you can get today. Loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1666171, APR for well-qualified buyers. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hi, welcome to Staples. Hi, I hear Staples can print everything for my business. Sure can. And the quality is guaranteed? Absolutely. Plus, you'll beat any price quote. Is that right? For sure. How about this one? We'll beat it. Can you print menus, signs, and flyers? Sure can. How about blueprints? No problem. What about red prints? Not a real thing. What if they were? We'd print them. And they'd look amazing.
Now at Staples, print more, save more. Up to $150 off your print purchase. Ends 11/2. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details and staples.com/price match for in-store price match guarantee.
This is Adam Gold.
You know, soap attracts dirt, right? That's what soap does. It attracts dirt. Right now, Bill Belichick is soap. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He's soap.
Yeah.
He's attracting all this dirt.
Or he's like an overripe banana and it's attracting all these gnats.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I am Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. Fired up for Saturday, 4:30, first game out of the box. It's the Panthers and the Los Angeles Rams for the second time in 5 weeks at Bank of America Stadium. And joining us is Bridget Condon from NFL Network, our friend. Ma'am, where are you headed this week?
I am headed to a first birthday party. How about that? But I'm not disappointed because I need a second to regroup.
Okay.
And then we'll see what happens the rest of the way. But yeah, because I was in Denver last week. So Denver and Seattle both have the bye this week.
Yes.
So I guess I'm on the bye.
You got the bye week
nice.
too. You know what?
I got the bye.
You are
nice.
I think you did finish first. So congratulations. All right. So it's going to be fun around Bank of America Stadium. You know this from spending time here and covering this team, that the atmosphere around Bank of America Stadium has a lot of a college feel to it. And
for sure.
That's what we have here with the Hurricanes. The blending of pro and college sports here is incredibly unique. They're going to be absolutely geeked for what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be good in the game, but I think before the game, it's going to be an absolute ball.
I mean, they've been waiting for this forever. It's so exciting for the Carolina Panthers, won the division. What a weird way to win the division, though. It is such a Carolina Panther way to win the division. Feels very odd going into the playoffs with, in a must-win game, and then, oh, wait, actually, you don't really need to win it. But here's the title. These fans, though, have been wanting this since David Tepper took over ownership, and they've just fallen short. They've had the top draft picks and just haven't really hit them, with Ike Ekwonu and then Bryce Young, and people were thinking, oh, they missed again. Now it's finally coming full circle for this Carolina Panthers fan base. I'm very excited for the fan base. Like you mentioned, not sure what's going to happen on the field. This is one of the most interesting matchups, in my opinion, when you look at the schedule, because you look at this Matthew Stafford Rams team, who he is going to be the MVP, right? I mean, I don't think What, you think Drake May is winning?
I think Drake. There has been a statistical push for Drake May that I think will make this fairly close. I think Matthew Stafford's the MVP too, but I think the fact that they didn't finish first, I think will impact that.
I think the voters are going to look at it and say Matthew Stafford's not much longer. He has never won the MVP. Drake May will win it again in his career. That's how I feel like it's going to come down to.
Okay, might.
I don't know. We'll see in a couple of weeks here. But anyways, you have Matthew Stafford, who's an incredible quarterback. We'll call him that. And going up against Bryce Young, who's also played well this season. This is his first playoff run. Okay, he beat this guy.
Yep.
That is what's so interesting about it, right? And they have home field advantage. Like, if you were to shut your eyes beginning of the season, Rams Panthers playoff game, we would all say, oh yeah, it's in LA because the Rams won the division.
Right.
The Panthers snuck in with a wild card. Somehow it's not the case. Bryce Young played his best game the last time these two teams met.
Yep.
Matthew Stafford played one of his worst games. They're going to have to repeat that if they want this to have the same result that it had the first meeting. That's very hard to do. And especially with a coach like Sean McVay, who is very, very dialed into the NFL and very meticulous and very self-driven, right? Remember after they won the Super Bowl the next year, then he lost all those games and he almost retired because he was so mad. That's what I'm saying. I think this guy has been locked inside his office for the past, 3 days, trying to come up with a game plan to not let what happened the first meeting happen again.
Well, here's the way I look at it. Bridget Condon, NFL Network, is joining us. I think when we get to the playoffs, with very few exceptions, I don't think teams lose focus. I think in the regular season, when you play 17 games stretched over 18 weeks, people don't think, well, you only play 17 games, not like, baseball where you play 162 or hockey where you play 82. You only play 17. It's easy to maintain your focus every week. No, it's not. That's how teams at the top can lose to teams at the bottom. That's how the Panthers in 15 could lose to the Saints in the second to last game of the season. All of a sudden, or maybe it was the Falcons. Doesn't matter. You can lose to a bad team because you just lose your focus. When you get to the playoffs, man, nobody loses their focus. Which is why we see serious blowouts at time. And I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen at Bank of America Stadium, but teams will just decide, we're going to score 50 today because they're not going to leave anything to chance. So I think we're going to get the Rams' best game.
100%. And you look at their schedule, right? Coming into that first Panthers game, they had beaten the 49ers. They beat the Seahawks. They beat the Bucks. They just beat three very good teams in their opinion. I know the Bucks obviously, weren't as good as they were at maybe that point of the season. But then they were like, oh, we have the Panthers. We've got the it almost felt like they took their foot off the gas a little bit. Of course, Matthew Stafford throwing the 2 picks and having the lost fumble doesn't help. But when you it's just going to be very hard for that to replicate itself once again. That's why this is such a fascinating game. And to your point, you don't overlook teams in the playoffs, especially a team that you already lost to, right? They're not looking ahead to a good point of this is, okay, they played the Cardinals in the last game of the season. They could have very well sat their starters, but because they lost to the Falcons, which was another game I think this team kind of overlooked.
Yes.
Sean McVay was like, I'm playing my starters because we need to figure out how to win, right? Mm-hmm. And they were down to the Cardinals. They were down by 3, I believe, and they found a way to win, and then they beat them by 17 points. But I think that was really important for this Rams team. Had they come into this game with their starters resting in Week 18, would have been more opportunity for the Panthers to jump on them. But the fact that they played, they came back from behind, I think all signs are pointing positively for this Rams team right now.
Tell you what's interesting, I joked about it, is that maybe the Rams were playing the long game, knowing that if they lost to the Falcons and the Falcons won the next week, the Panthers didn't have to beat the Buccaneers, so they could come back to Charlotte and take care of Carolina. Bridget Condon,
Why
NFL
not?
Network. I mean, look, it worked out. It worked out that way.
It sure did.
A team that you cover a lot, the Los Angeles Chargers, happens to be playing, I think, a team that you are familiar with, at least a franchise you are familiar with, in the New England Patriots. We talked about Drake May before. Is this, because it is new to the Patriots as a group, is this a dangerous spot for them, or is this a good opponent to play?
It's interesting. From the Chargers' perspective, I talked to a couple different people in that organization that were really fired up that this was their matchup. I think there could have been a lot of different scenarios based on how Sunday's games planned out, and they feel like this is best case scenario, which is really interesting because you're talking about a Patriots team with Drake May that's top 5 offense.
Yep.
But people believe that the Patriots haven't played anyone, which is true. They have like the second worst or second easiest strength of schedule based on like how their opponents finished since like the 1900s, like literally. Like I think like only one other team had an easier one.
Right.
So this is fascinating because you have a young quarterback in Drake May that has an opportunity to prove on a national stage against a good team that he is actually good. If he loses this game, people are going to say, he's fake. They only beat bad teams this year. That's why their record was bad. They were a first-round exit, da-da-da-da-da. Now you have Justin Herbert, who is always in the conversation when we talk about the top quarterbacks in the league, but this guy has never won a playoff game.
Yep.
Okay? So this Chargers team hasn't won a playoff game since 2018. Derwin James, how good is Derwin James? We talk about him being one of the best defenders in the league. He's only won one playoff game ever with the Chargers. What are we doing? When you look at their roster, they have so much talent. You have Khalil Mack. You have Derwin James, Justin Herbert, Keenan's back. You have Ladd McConkey. You have all these guys. Why aren't you winning? This is so much pressure on this Chargers team to get it done against the Patriots team they believe is the best case scenario for their playoff hopes. They've beaten the Patriots the last 2 times that they've played. Granted, they have not faced them yet with Mike Vrabel as head coach. It's going to be a battle of their top 5 Patriots offense and the Chargers' top 5 defense. To me, the Chargers they have more veterans. They have more reason to win, in my opinion. But you're playing in New England. You're playing at home. Like, those fans are going to be giving it to you. It's going to be hard as heck to hear. And Justin Herbert, I don't know. We say this every single year. The O-line just continues to get beat up. How are you gonna protect him through the playoffs is my big concern. So I would be shocked if the Chargers pulled this off. I think they need this win more than the Patriots do, though.
I agree. I would be surprised. I think the Patriots are going to win this. I think what we are looking at, Bridget Condon, NFL Network, a few more minutes left. I don't have great confidence in the top seeds in either league. Seattle as a team, yes. Darnold as a quarterback,
Can you stop it? Justice for Sam Darnold. Why does everyone hate him?
I don't hate him.
You do.
No, I don't hate
my
Sam.
Man Sam, can he just get some credit from someone? Dang.
He's a very good quarterback. He just makes a lot of mistakes. Now his defense might be able to create mistakes from the other quarterback, which would mitigate his own mistakes. In which case, Seattle's team is great.
You want to hear a stat that maybe will make you rethink what you're about to say?
Yes.
Every year that we've gotten a new pope, the Seahawks have won the Super Bowl.
That is a stat right there.
And guess what? We got a new pope this year.
Very good point. The Pope is a Bears fan, though, isn't he?
Who cares?
That's true.
They need that guy that did the Steelers end zone, actually.
All right, so the Seahawks are going to win the Super Bowl.
Look,
who came up with that?
Sorry to cut you off.
No, it's
but
fine.
I'll give you what you were saying with Denver.
Yeah,
Denver
I have no
has
confidence
avoided
there.
playing star quarterbacks. They didn't play Patrick Mahomes. A lot of the teams that they beat, if you look at the starting quarterbacks, were out. They didn't play Justin Herbert this second time.
Right.
Who else did they not play? They didn't play a lot of the star quarterbacks. I don't know. I think Seattle's the real deal.
Okay.
Denver, I'll give it to you.
All right.
But that's also just the AFC. Like, who would you want? Who do you believe in the AFC? I don't really believe in anyone.
I believe in
the Bills.
I believe in one player, but I don't believe in his team.
Josh Allen?
Yes, I believe in Josh Allen. I do not believe in his team. And I know that everybody is talking about the Bills and Allen, and I am not a huge fan of Trevor Lawrence, but that team has been feeling it. That team has been feeling it. I've never been a huge believer in Trevor Lawrence, but I will recognize that he has had a very good year, and that team has gotten on a real roll. And I don't know if the Jaguars or the Texans aren't the biggest wild cards, pardon that pun, in the AFC, because I think if the Texans, I think the Steelers will win. But I think
DK's back. They're a totally different team.
But I think if the Texans win that game, I would not be shocked to see them in Santa Clara. Yes. That's the second that we have had in this conversation. Bridget Condon is joining us. What do you make of the defending champs? No, very few people are talking about the Eagles.
Yes.
Their defensive line is so good. Their offense has just been all over the place.
I think the 49ers go in there and take it handily.
Handily?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
man, I'm
I like
saying
that.
it. I'm saying it. I think they are absolutely, can you say the P word on air? Absolutely angry.
Yeah, you can say. Yeah, I was trying to think which P word you were talking about. Some yes, some no.
Pissed.
Yes, I'll allow that.
They're pissed that they lost home field advantage.
Yes.
They're doing everything they can to get back. And also, not only did they not win the West, but then they fall below the Rams. So even if we see a Rams-Niners NFC Championship game, it's going to be in L.A. Like, how much does that suck for them? So,
well, they won in L.A. They lost at home to L.A., right?
Yeah, but you want to be at home.
I know, I understand that.
But wasn't it 2021 that they lost to L.A. in the NFC Championship game?
Yeah, if you ask my wife, who's a 49ers fan, she would tell you that they lose to the Rams all the time, even though they have a winning record against. No.
Well,
every time.
Oh, okay.
Even though they have a winning record against them.
No, yeah, the Niners are great against the Rams, except for in the postseason, it feels. Anyways, yes, I think the 49ers are – well, it totally depends on Trent Williams. People keep saying, like, oh, he's past his prime. Trent Williams is, to me, the MVP of the 49ers.
Yep.
If you look at the stats in their win-loss, whether he's on the field or not, it's actually crazy. He is such a big piece to Brock Purdy and what they can do with Christian McCaffrey. He needs to play. I haven't seen the latest. I know he didn't practice yesterday. To me, he's going to find a way to be out there, right? You got to.
He's going to start the game anyway. I mean, I know he started a game recently and didn't, and it basically left the game after one series, but they won that game anyway. But, yeah, he does. Yeah. If he plays, they have a great chance to win.
Cortisone, do whatever you got to do. Get that man out there. One thing I do want to hit on, now that I'm the host of the show, is Raleigh.
Yeah.
Did you hear Chad Ochocinco?
I did.
Please tell me.
I did. It's
Raleigh?
great. Raleigh.
Yeah.
Raleigh.
Oh, my God. Put in Raleigh on the map. We'd love to see it.
It's unbelievable. Only Chad.
Incredible.
He's been here like 2 out of the last 3 summers for that soccer tournament, too. So maybe that's, who knows?
Incredible.
Who knows what happened there. Enjoy the birthday party, the first birthday party. And we'll talk to you very soon.
All right. Good luck to your wife and her 49ers. I'll be thinking about her.
Thank you very much. Bridget Condon. You too.
Bye.
Bridget Condon is the best. All right. When we come back, we got one-timers next.
Because your fantasy football team needs all the help it can get, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Best time of the year. Wild card round in the NFL, and FanDuel is gearing up. All customers, not new customers, all customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each day during the wild card round. That's right. So Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and of course Saturday, our Panthers will take on the Rams. You'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. There is no finer app on planet Earth. So visit FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and maximum wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
Did you know Medicare fraud is costing us $68 billion a year? The NC Department of Insurance Senior Medical Patrol Program's goal is to reduce Medicare fraud, waste, and abuse. If you suspect any billing or Medicare fraud issues, we're here to help. Contact SMP today at ncshIIP.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212.
Project supported by grants from the Administration for Community Living. Contents do not necessarily represent official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL, HHS, or the U.S. government.
North Carolina ranks second in the nation in potential agricultural land lost by the year 2040. The NC Forever Farms program supports the preservation of family farms through permanent agricultural conservation easements and has received a record number of applications for 3 straight years. Landowners interested in preserving their working farm through the Farmland Preservation Division of the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services can learn more by visiting ncadfp.org.
This season, make the choice to protect what matters most, you and your family. Choose to get vaccinated for the best protection from respiratory illness.
Talking with your provider about vaccines, hand washing, and staying home when sick keep your family protected from the flu, RSV, and COVID.
Defend yourself. Get vaccinated to protect you and your family from respiratory illnesses this season.
Visit myspot.nc.gov to find yours today.
Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community. Public power communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public power systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
No matter your struggle, you are not alone. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is free, private, and always available. If you feel lonely, isolated, anxious, or overwhelmed, help is here all day and night. Call, text, or chat 988 without cost, without judgment, and without waiting for an appointment. You'll get support that can make a difference. Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry.
I can roller skate while walking my dog.
I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This is Adam Gold.
You know, soap attracts dirt, right? That's what soap does. It attracts dirt. Right now, Bill Belichick is soap. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He's soap.
Yeah.
He's attracting all this dirt.
Or he's like an overripe banana and it's attracting all these gnats.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. Next hour, Dan Wetzel from ESPN. We will talk college football playoff. Is this working the way they want it? In some ways, I think it is, and in some ways, I'm not sure it is. Do we read anything into? We have no new money. No old money, rather. It's all new money in the playoffs. There's no traditional power. Oregon's a new power. Miami was sort of a like an outlaw power back from the 80s and 90s. There's nothing traditional. No Ohio State, no Michigan, no Alabama, no Georgia, no LSU, no Southern Cal, Oklahoma. None of these schools are there. We'll talk to Dan Wetzel about it. All right, one-timers.
Okay, so starting things off, because I feel like multiple people will want to know, there was a question about what uniforms the Panthers are wearing this Saturday, and I can tell you it's their blackout uniforms. So that means black jerseys,
all black
pants, socks, silver helmet. So just so you know, that was one of the questions, but I looked it up, so I already have the answer for that one. So, yeah, it's all
I don't know how
blacks.
I feel about that.
I like the all blacks. I like the all blacks with the black helmet. Those are sharp.
Here's my feeling. When you get to the playoffs, you wear your uniform.
Yeah.
So for me, silver pants, black. You could wear the blue, but you wear silver pants, black uniform, black jerseys, silver helmets.
Yeah.
That's their uniform.
Yeah. Well, they'll be doing their blackouts. And this apparently is also the first time that they've done it for a playoff game.
Yeah.
Worn these uniforms. So we'll see how that works.
You're not selling jerseys in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, first up from Comebread, would Young's performance or performing well on Saturday influence him getting a contract extension?
Nope. Excuse me. I do not believe the Panthers are in the market for to give him a contract extension now. I think they're going to play it out, which they should, to be honest.
His Zamboni is bigger than yours. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Hey, Carolina Panthers fans, it's Dennis Cox from 99.9 The Fan. For all the inside information on your team, join me and my co-host, WRAL TV's Chris Lee, for our podcast, Panthers Playbook, presented by Wake Orthopedics. In every episode, we'll keep you up to date on your Panthers, and we'll do it with access only we can provide. Locker room insight, exclusive interviews, and in-depth looks at every Panthers game. Follow and subscribe to Panthers Playbook wherever you discover your favorite podcasts, or watch on YouTube.
What's this?
We're expanding the North Carolina Education Lottery Winners Club.
That's a pretty big wrecking ball.
Well, with all these new scratch-offs, this place is going to be packed with new winners. Okay, let's go ahead and knock this wall down. This is where we're putting the polo field. Whoa, patience, Trixie.
This month's tickets are loaded with $90 million in total prizes. The Winners Club awaits. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds or winning range from 1 in 3.35 to 4.68. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Hey, it's Amanda, and I'm back again with Coach Pete. Coach, what if I know someone like my dad who's about to be 60 and he wants to retire at maybe 62? Instead of retiring at 67, he's going to take that hit.
Yeah.
What would you tell him?
Well, it's a retirement dilemma, we call it, because everyone's different. Everyone has their own situation. So if you have a lot of money saved up somewhere else, you can retire as early as you want, and then you're probably talking about when should they file for Social Security, start getting that payment from Social Security. You get less the earlier you apply for it and get it, but if you have a lifespan that's not too long, you get your money's worth by getting it as early as possible. So it's case-by-case basis, Amanda, but the main thing is have your own lifetime income established ahead of time, and then Social Security is just icing on the cake, gravy on the steak, we call it. So it's a total income plan we'll put together. We'll do it for all of you listening if you call right now.
919-794-7900. 919-794-7900. Or text Amanda to 600-700.
Amanda Daughtry is a paid spokesperson. Investment advisory services offered by Capital Financial Advisory Group, a North Carolina registered investment advisor.
You know the feeling. Wake up, get ready, get the kids, the list goes on. But what if what you drive could make your life a little less complicated? With convenient home charging, a quieter ride, and an average range of more than 250 miles, EVs are one step toward a cleaner future, so you can focus on what really matters. Give yourself more time to recharge. EVs are for everyone. Sponsored by the NC Clean Energy Technology Center and the North Carolina Association of Broadcasters in cooperation with this station.
Good morning, students! Cartoon Network wants you to start your day off right
by speaking up
against bullying.
People can be bullied for all kinds of things.
Who they are, where they're from, what they look like, or what they believe.
That's called identity-based bullying. If you see a student being bullied, be supportive.
Ask if they're okay and invite them to join you. You can be an ally
and make a friend.
Friendship.
Visit StopBullyingSpeakUp.com.
And redraw your world without bullying.
We don't want you on our team.
You're not the right fit for this job.
You're too slow and fast.
Don't you care how you look?
Weight bias hurts. Go to stopweightbias.com. A public service message from Obesity Action Coalition.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
This hour of the Triangle Sports Leader is powered by Ritchie Law Firm, injury lawyers. Ritchie Law is on top of it. Go to ritchielaw.com.
That's ritchielaw.com.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
You know, to be quite honest, in Bryce's defense, we played Tampa, who that's a playoff roster.
Yeah.
And then we played Seattle the week before, who is the number 1 seed, so we know that's a playoff roster. We played the Rams a month ago. We know that's a playoff roster. So, we played these good football teams, so we know what they bring and the speed and things of that nature. So I think if you make too much of it, it's just more talking fodder, to be quite honest. I mean, that's just kind of my opinion when it comes to the playoffs.
It's the Adam Gold Show. That was Jake Delhomme. We spoke to him earlier this week. We're going to hear from Greg Olson here in a minute. I mentioned this before about for me, the atmosphere around Bank of America Stadium is unique in the NFL. And I'm going to, I said this again, it's not like I go to a ton of NFL games. So every place says they've got a great atmosphere. I grew up going to games. We went to tons of Jets games. I've been to Ravens games when I lived in Baltimore. And I've been to other NFL games. I've been to Panthers games as well. I went to Jets games in 2 different stadiums. I went to NFL games in 2 different stadiums in Baltimore, too, because I have been to a game when the Colts played at Memorial Stadium back, it was either late 70s or early 80s. I was a huge, first team I actually ever liked was the Colts. I was a big Lydell Mitchell fan. For those people who grew up in Baltimore, or maybe you were a big Penn State fan, you would know who that is. Anyway, also Burt Jones, the quarterback. Former LSU guy. Anyway, I love the atmosphere at Bank of America Stadium, and Greg Olson's going to tell a story about superstition that will really serve to kind of prove what I'm talking about regarding the fans down around that ballpark. It is just great. We're going to get to that in a minute. First, we're on YouTube. You can go to YouTube and search Adam Gold Show or 99.9 The Fan and watch the show. Love for you to subscribe to it, and you could also watch it in the app. If you get the 99.9 The Fan app on your phone, you can simply just prop that up on your desk and click. Hey, let's watch Adam and Victoria this afternoon.
Right, man. They have to go back and watch the clip of when we were talking about jerseys, because we had a lot of great facial expressions.
Did we?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why YouTube's awesome for stuff like that.
You have to see it.
You can see it, you can hear it, but you can also see it.
Yeah. So, and you say you have 6 or 7?
Unfortunately, I did throw out that.
Yeah.
Unintentionally.
So. Yeah, you have to go home, and I need you to take an inventory.
I do.
And then tomorrow I'll try to guess which ones you have.
Right. Who it is and what color.
Right. Exactly. And real quick about the uniform thing. When you get to the playoffs, because I probably took up more time than I needed to because we didn't have a lot of time in one-timers. But when you get, important games, rivalry games, you shouldn't wear gimmick uniforms. For the playoffs, what is your uniform? Wear that. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to represent who you are. At this point, we're not trying to sell merch. All the merch has been sold. Notice they don't do those color rush uniforms in the playoffs.
Right.
So for the Panthers, silver pants, black jerseys, silver helmets. That's your uniform. It's who you are. Be it. The Rams on the road, I bet the Rams wear all, it's not real, I guess it's white, ivory. I don't know. It's sort of a washed out white, but I assume that's what they'll wear. They might wear like a dark color pants. If I were the Rams, I would wear all white because I think the blue, the royal blue, kind of looks dumb with the white. But I'm not a big fan of dark football pants.
No.
To begin with.
Yeah.
Unless that's who you are.
Right.
In which case, wear that.
Well, since the Steelers are in the mix, hopefully they keep their ugly uniforms.
Yellow. But that's
like they're not doing the throwback bumblebee.
But those are but those are their pants. So wear the yellow.
Yeah.
Right? That's just the way I look at it. So I think you should wear what you are, who you are in the playoffs. It's a special event. Don't
They may have forgotten who they are in the playoffs. It's been a long time since the Panthers have been there.
That is very, very true. That could be my fault right there. Hurricanes play tonight at home against the Anaheim Ducks. I think it's going to be a fun game. Anaheim is a lot of fun to watch. They have not played well of late. I think they have lost. Some of these are in overtime, and I think they have lost 7 in a row. They have 1 win in their last 10 games. Like to keep that roll going, if it's even called a roll. Like to keep that going for them. Carolina needs to start stacking wins. At some point, the Hurricanes do have some significant point streaks. But in terms of winning games in a row, Buffalo just won 10 in a row. I think the Lightning have a 10-game winning streak. Yeah, Carolina should do that. Mix that in. Get on a real run. Now would be as good a time as any. Do have some more home games. Considering at one point the Hurricanes had played significantly more road games than home games. Home again tonight. Home Saturday. On the road for a game, then back home. Actually, they're on the road for back-to-back games and then back home for a little bit. So they're going to have probably 5 or 6 more road games than home games to play over a significant stretch. They're home for a lot of this month. But they're going to be on the road a ton after the Olympics. And they finish with a whole bunch of road games. So this is a good time to start stacking wins at home. The Hurricanes actually have a better road record right now in terms of points percentage than they do at home. Could be getting Jacob Slavin back tonight. He practiced yesterday. He wasn't wearing a yellow non-contact jersey. We'll find out. I'll have to see if there's anything in my email about the Hurricanes activating Slavin or sending Joel Nystrom down. Probably comes out in the same email. When they activate Slavin, Nystrom will get sent back to Chicago. But we have 14 games left until the Olympic break. I'd love to see the Hurricanes win 11 of them. Now, that's acceptable to me. It's time to start getting some separation in the division. I also think it'll be Freddie Anderson tonight in practice yesterday. He was in what would have normally been the starter's crease. Again, it's not foolproof, but I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing Anderson tonight. So, support your guy, Lenovo Center. All right, now, Greg Olson was on a podcast with Scott Fowler from the Charlotte Observer, and I believe John Isner was there, and they were talking about superstitions. Teammates that have had superstitions. And he brought up, the crew that he was with, that he drove to games with regularly, how they always wanted to go the same route.
So we had to get to that part of the stadium. Well, in the beginning of the season, we would come down, we'd make a right, we'd go down Mint, we'd loop around past like the statues and stuff, and we'd pull in by the loading dock. Yeah. Well, like in the beginning of the season, there was no one downtown. There was no one at our games at 9 o'clock in the morning when we'd be driving, so we'd be able to take this same route every time. And then like we were 5-0, and we'd have to kind of drive around some people. Then we were 10-0. Well, we get ready to go play last regular season game against Tampa Bay. They've barricaded Mint Street. And DA's like, we haven't lost at home. We're taking this route come hell or high water. They've blocked off only for pedestrian traffic on Mint out in front of like the team store. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? Sure, So DA drives up on the curb, down the sidewalk. Cops are waving at us. So we stop, we put the window down, and we make like a big plea. And they're like, no problem, just get back off and go, and good luck. Well, now we get to the playoffs, and it's bedlam. It's tailgates, it's pregame parties. You cannot get down Moorhead, let alone Mint Street, let alone anywhere around Bank of America Stadium. So we're like plotting on the way there. We're like, they're gonna make us go around the whole stadium, but we can't. Like we take the same route every time. So we got Luke in the back, and you know Luke, he's like sitting in the back. We're like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull up on the first cop we find, and we're gonna tell him it's Luke, and that Luke has to take, so we make this whole plan. So we find this cop, and to his credit, he got in his car, he moved it, they moved the barricades, and they police escorted us through a sea of people. And they very slowly, and they weaved us through because we told them, we're like, this is our route. Like, we have to go this way. The point of the story is, week one, there's no barricades, there's no people, there's nowhere. We could have driven onto the field if we wanted to. And 3 months later, we're getting police escorted because there's so many people, so many parties, so many tailgates, but we've got our route that we set that we have to take, and we're getting police escorted through this park, like through the roads around to get to our parking lot on game day. Was unheard of. That's great. Like that was like the magic. Like we would leave the hotel earlier and earlier and earlier because it would take us longer and longer and longer to get there because we knew, like, I wonder what they're going to put in store for DA today. And the joke was like, you're not stopping DA. He's going to break every rule. He's going to drive on curbs. He's going to go on the grass. He's getting down that road, and it became kind of like a funny. Like there was like an excitement to like, what route is DA? What's DA going to be forced to do? And
that's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
I love it.
And but that's what we're talking about. It speaks to what the atmosphere is around Bank of America Stadium. They're also, I'd be interested to see, like, to do a little survey, how many of these NFL stadiums, you see it more and more often in Major League Baseball where the ballparks are downtown, right, in amongst entertainment districts. Don't see as much of that in the National Football League. You really don't. The Chiefs right now, although they're, I believe if they're not definitely moving to Kansas City, Kansas, they have certainly threatened it. They're basically, their stadium and the Royal Stadium are a giant parking lot in Kansas City, Missouri. So it's not in a downtown area. Baltimore Stadium it's at the other end of a giant parking lot where the Orioles park is. The Orioles Stadium is actually really in the Inner Harbor. And I guess whatever the stadium is called the Ravens play in is Inner Harbor adjacent. But it's really at the end of a giant parking lot. It's not really attached to the like an entertainment district like Camden Yards is. But you just don't see a ton of downtown NFL stadiums. And you could say, well, they're bigger. Maybe. I don't think there's that big a difference in stadium size. They both, the NFL stadiums seat a little bit more, a few more people, and there are more boutiques, but the stadiums themselves, it's not a huge difference, but you have so many domes.
Yeah.
Those are generally not downtown.
It's M&T Bank Stadium.
Is that what it's called?
Mhm.
That's what it's called. It's okay. I don't know.
The other bank.
That's right. How many are named after banks? But, in Santa Clara, that stadium is not necessarily in a downtown setting. But you just don't see a ton of it. I think that gives Carolina just a little bit of an edge. Tomorrow on the program, we're going to pick all the games. Not
Nice.
only the 6 games we've got, I'm going to pick the entire playoffs.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see this.
Great. It's, to me, and this is sort of going to forecast maybe a little bit tomorrow, but, I've reserved the right to change. At least in the AFC, this is sort of set up for Josh Allen, isn't it?
It feels like it. Yeah.
They have to go on the road. they're the 6th seed. They ain't going to play any home games.
No.
Right? They celebrated their last game at whatever their Highmark Stadium, I believe is what it's called now, the old Rich Stadium. They're celebrating their last game there. They did already. They actually asked fans to not steal seats.
Oh, no. Yeah. Well, I could see it. These are the same fans that jump on tables that are on fire.
I got no problem with it. If you go to a game, first of all, if you go to a game in Buffalo in December.
Yeah. You want to set yourself on fire?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I need to stay warm somehow.
Yeah.
I'm going to set myself on
these
fire.
These hot hands aren't working.
Exactly. All right. Has the college football playoff has worked, but we do not have any traditional powers. In fact, we have Indiana and Ole Miss are in it. That could be your national championship matchup. How will College Football digest that? We're going to talk that with Dan Wetzel of ESPN next.
Delivering more hits than the Canes forecheck.
Shoot, he scores!
The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Do you have a smartphone? Of course you do. Do you have a pocket or pouch or human hand to hold your smartphone? Then you have no excuse. Download the 99.9 The Fan brand new app today and take us with you wherever you go. Your favorite hosts, podcasts, and live sports action all in one place. Available for Apple iPhone and Android phones. Finally, there's an app for 99.9 The Fan. Download the 99.9 The Fan app today. Powered by Aspire Money Management.
Hi, it's Adam Gold from my friend Gordon Miller, Miller Lending, Kildare Farm Road and Cary. I've told you about Gordon, right? The man who invented the way that you can save thousands of dollars when you buy a house. Wait a second. I thought buying homes costs a lot of money. Well, it does. So you have to save money where you can. By not paying closing costs, and you don't have to, you can save thousands of dollars and at the same time give yourself the freedom, the peace of mind that when the rates drop, you can just refinance, again, free of charge, and lower your monthly payment. So now we're saving thousands and hundreds. And by the way, when you save the hundreds, it adds up to thousands. Real talk here. The last time I refinanced my home mortgage with Miller Lending, I saved $320 a month. Multiply that by like 4 years. Exactly. Miller Lending, home of the original no closing cost mortgage. On Kildare Farm Road and Cary, an equal housing lender, NMLS ID 250-2146.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
Hi, I'm news correspondent Bob Woodruff. In 2006, a roadside bomb struck the armored vehicle I was riding in while reporting from Iraq. I sustained a life-threatening traumatic brain injury. The military term "got your six" means I have your back. And that day, our service members had mine. During my recovery, I learned firsthand the challenges facing our service members who return home with injuries. While serving, their fellow service members always had their six. Now that they're home, it is our turn. We started the Bob Woodruff Foundation to make sure that the camaraderie and support they relied on in the military carries on, and we need you. Please join us as part of the Got Your Six initiative and help us be there for impacted veteran service members and their families. They've had our backs. It's time we have theirs. Learn more at gotyoursix.org. That's gotyoursix.org, using the number 6.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Gold. Gold.
Person in front of me in line had a box of wine.
Oh, yeah. I feel that person. If you are buying boxed wine on a Friday, that thing is open right now.
In the car.
Yeah. I don't even need it to cool down.
She jammed a big straw right through the top of the box in the
went
car.
to the gas station to get a cup of ice. Like, they don't even care.
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold, Victoria producing the program. I know it's a Thursday, and maybe it's traditional for colleges. Thursday nights used to be great college football nights till the NFL got involved. Now we don't see too many of them, and we still have them. We don't see too many of them, except like in the MAC and the American and the Sun Belt. But it is a college football national semifinal night in the Fiesta Bowl with Miami and Ole Miss. And Dan Wetzel of ESPN joins us on the Adam Gold Show. I know you have been a very big proponent of a playoff for years and years. So do you think it has worked out the way you imagined it, the way they intended it so far?
I think the 12 team is working out. And I think the 4 team really wasn't a playoff. It was like...
It's a bigger BCS.
It's a bigger BCS. It was just people who didn't want to design a playoff felt they had to, so they just came up with this little thing. I think the fact that we have a 10 seed, a 7 seed, 6 seed, 4 and a 1 or 5 and a 5 and 1. I don't know, whatever the seeds are. These aren't who we would have picked, right?
Right.
If we had the old system, it would have been, I guess a rematch of Ohio State, Indiana, or we would have had a 4 team with, whatever we had. And so I think it's been exciting. The ratings were huge. I mean, some of the games haven't been great. That happens. That happens in the NFL too.
Yeah.
It happened this weekend. I wish that we didn't have that ACC tiebreaker. We could have gotten Miami and Notre Dame in only one group of 5. That would have been great. But these are like small things.
Right. All the leagues had the same tiebreaker, though. Only the lesser leagues didn't have a different tiebreaker.
Yeah. Well, I wish that and I don't blame them. I mean, what do you, ChatGPT? How do you do a 17-team league? Right, like I don't know, but I wish that hadn't happened. I wish Notre Dame had a chance, because I think what you're looking at with Miami is Miami can win this thing. Any of the 4 teams remaining can win. I felt like 6 to 7 of the teams in the quarters could win it. I was not a very big Alabama fan, but I think the games have been interesting. Like, I think the country's really fired up to follow the Ole Miss story the way they do in March, those kind of teams. And I think people are really excited to see Trinidad Chambliss again. A lot of people were just introduced to him for the first time on New Year's Day. People really like the Indiana story. It's like, oh, they're really good. This coach is interesting. I expect it'll be 2 really good games the next 2 nights. So to me, more teams have a chance. We have more really good games. I would not expand this thing. They always want to expand now.
Right.
For a long time. I'm not looking and seeing tons of teams out there like, boy, they would have had a chance. Again, Notre Dame should have got in. Didn't happen. There was a quirk. Here we are. But I think it's gone really well. And I think it's exciting. And I think the public seems to be responding to it. If you want that multi-round playoff so that the momentum builds, and I think there's going to be some of that going forward.
Dan Wetzel, ESPN senior writer at Dan Wetzel on Twitter. You say you don't want them to expand, but we all know they're going to go to 16 eventually. And 16 might be a cleaner way to kind of maybe clean up some of the things that aren't as good. I'm not a fan of the bye week. I think it's not about 1 and 7 teams that have had the bye are 1 and 7 because some of the wrong teams had byes last time.
Right.
So, but for the most part, I think going a month without playing isn't an advantage. And if we go to 16, maybe we get to the playoffs quicker, and we could maybe even have 2 rounds on home fields, which would probably make the games. I think that would make the whole system a little bit better. But so I do think we're going to end up at 16. But I am curious. Okay, go ahead. You were going to say something.
Yeah, I would look at if we go to 16. I would like to see the conference championship games go away. We don't need them. You go to 16. You finish the season Thanksgiving weekend. If we have to have an Army-Navy at its own date, and I don't know if anyone has the political will to, let alone the arsenal to tell Army and Navy, no. I mean, they are Army and Navy. We all love Army-Navy games, okay? Like, we all love it. It's great. But it does kind of gum up the works a little bit here. But we could put Army-Navy on that first weekend of December. You could move the Heisman up or wherever you want to do that. I don't care about the Heisman. And then you could play the second Saturday, and you could play 8 games that weekend, and then 4 the next, and have everybody at home.
Yep.
And then by the time you get to New Year's Day, you just have 2 semifinals. And we'll just move the season much quicker. And then, like tonight, we would be playing the national championship game.
Correct.
And it's easier on the fans who don't have to travel to all these games. If you notice, the ticket prices are really low because you're an Oregon fan. How many trips do you take? Like, this is how rich do you have to be to keep going to these games? How much time off from work?
Yep.
Like, you almost have to be just like independently wealthy because it's like most people that would have the money to fly and they own a business, right? Or they're a doctor, or I don't know, whatever people do to make a lot of money. Those people are like have to work. So you have all of those problems. Get the games out of the bowls. Also, like one of our complaints, right? The transfer portal opens and you still got teams playing. You'd be down to just 2 teams playing. So you would cut down on the number of teams that would get caught up at the beginning of that transfer portal. You'd move the calendar quicker. A lot of things you could at least ease some of the problems on the calendar if we did that. And, the conference championship games, everyone talks, they make so much money. Like, they don't really make that much for each school makes, even in the SEC, it's under $2 million is the cut that they're going to get out of that. And $2 million. It's a lot of money. Not if you got a $260 million athletics department, right? It's not that significant as some of these big schools. So, and it's less for the ACC and less for the other schools. It's not that big. So I would go with that. I think that would be my ideal thing. And if we had 16 because of that, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah, and if the leagues still want to have their conference championship game, they can have them. Maybe they could just have them a week earlier.
Yeah, move it up. But you want, no one's going to do that because they want that. I mean, maybe even the SEC, like, I don't even know if you could do that. But, like, because you want those rivalry games that last weekend, at least Michigan, Ohio State. They're not moving that because that's bigger than the Big Ten championship game, right? So I just think, like, if you went back on these, most of these games really weren't relevant. They aren't relevant anymore. And so That's one thing we could get rid of. Those are made for cash. Well, we could make the cash in another way. Having all those home games and playing all those games. And we would have a frenzy in that first week. Yeah, are there going to be bad games? Yeah, but maybe we can overlap some of them. Doesn't have to be in the same window. A little bit more like March Madness, where you're like, hey, look, I don't want to watch Tulane lose by 35. But over here, we got this other games just kicked off, and you could stagger them and find a way.
Yeah, there are blowouts in the NCAA basketball tournament all the time. There are blowouts. You already mentioned
Super Bowl. Everything.
We have blowouts everywhere. You can't schedule or legislate blowouts out of sports. Sometimes it just happens. Dan Wetzel from ESPN is joining us here. I find it fascinating. We have no blue bloods. Yeah, Miami is a traditional power, but it's been a minute since they have been. Oregon is new money. Indiana is really new money. Ole Miss is, what an incredible story. But we have none of the blue bloods. No Alabamas, Georgias, Texas, Oklahomas, Ohio States, Michigans, none of them. And I find this whole thing fascinating. I don't know if it's a blip or not, but what are your thoughts on that?
So, look, you and I have been talking about this for years on this show.
Yeah.
That once they brought the money in, the talent was going to disperse. And this is clearly has dispersed. That doesn't mean that your group of five, East Carolina is not going to all of a sudden be equal to Alabama, right? But they never were. No offense, East Carolina.
Right.
But, right? Like, that was never happening. But there's way more opportunity to compete and get good players. And also, the top teams can't hoard the talent and then starve everyone else out. I mean, there was a time when Alabama had 4 first-round wide receivers, right? Like, they had a quarterback room with Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa, and Matthew Jones,
right?
3 guys who started, they're starting NFL quarterbacks at times. You're not having that anymore. So it's the gap. The great teams aren't as great. The other teams are good. Last year, I think it'll even out. Last year we had Ohio State, Notre Dame, Penn State, Texas. That was our Final Four. So I'm not really to say after 1 year that it was only going to be those guys, but even then, those are kind of new teams. Like Notre Dame was a lot better than they were able to compete. They used to get to the playoff and lose by 35 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just different now, and the fact that you have so many teams that you can step up. Certainly there's a whole Indiana factor where all sorts of schools are looking around going, hey, if Indiana can do it, why can't we?
It's incredible.
What do we have to do to compete? So it's a lot more interesting of a sport. We had all these years when there were, 3 teams going into the season you thought could win it, maybe 5, and most teams never really stood a chance. We had a playoff game once. Alabama had 22 5-stars and Notre Dame had 2. Okay, and that was a 4-team playoff.
Right.
That was a semifinal. That's not a fair fight, and it wasn't.
Right.
It was not. So now we got, I embrace Portapalooza. It's wild. It's disorganized, but who knows what's going on? I just saw Baylor got DJ Lagway. That's a pretty good quarterback for Baylor. Lord.
They will eventually figure out how to make sense of all of that. It's going to take a while. It'll take the college sports industry making some very hard decisions to have that settled down, because Congress is not only aren't they inclined to help, they wouldn't know how to help. Even if they were inclined to help, everybody thinks.
You want them helping?
No, no. Like I said, they wouldn't. Even if they were inclined to do it, they wouldn't know how. So, I wouldn't even. It bothers me that we spend a lot of money lobbying them. But then again, maybe the people who have the money just want to have complete control. They know they would be able to do it, which would be bad for the athletes. But that's another topic of discussion, although it is related here, because I am curious what you would do if you were Washington, the University of Washington, not the district or the state, and your quarterback, who you just signed to a 1-year contract, wants to enter the transfer portal and it seems go to LSU. Would you legally fight this like they say they are going to?
I would. I would make it as difficult as possible to do it, if only to signal that don't do this. I would take every legal remedy. I would drag it out. Probably not going to win, but who knows?
Right.
I would make it miserable for LSU. I would make it miserable for Lane Kiffin. there are rules.
Right.
Now, whether the NCAA actually enforces like tampering or things like that, like
they don't enforce that
not,
now. Yeah.
But they could.
But is it beneficial to Washington long term, and not even long term, to do this?
I mean, I think so, because you're like, forget it, man. You can be in favor of player move. Like, some point you got to stand up for your commitment. We committed to you. You committed to us. Let's go. And the idea you just like, now I don't want to do it because I heard LSU might want me or whatever reason just popped up. It's a huge coincidence that right after Sorsby, Cincinnati quarterback, signed with Tech. It's just like, what? So, I would fight. Why not?
I think it's
fight.
I think
it's hard for him because the next kid might think twice.
Maybe, but I also think that it might be counterproductive to Washington getting other players. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it might. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, what? You're just like, hey, we're just always on your side. You can screw us over if you made that commitment. Like, I don't know that stuff matters. Look, Lane Kiffin quit on his team, and this kid might be ready to go play for him. So, does any of it matter?
That's a very good point.
Quit on a playoff team. He literally just said, no, I don't want to try to win the national championship with you. I don't believe in you. I don't think you're good enough. I'm leaving. But I'm going to make the other school pay me a bonus every time you win. And I'm going to troll you, and I'm going to keep talking about you on social media, and I'm going to threaten to show up at the game with the governor, and I'm going to make this as much about me as possible. And yet, a kid who's about to get $4.5 million from the University of Washington is like, that's the coach I want. So I don't know if any of this stuff matters anymore.
That's a very, very good point. I did think I thought there was some I'm not sure irony is the right word, but when Ole Miss was playing Georgia, Lane Kiffin was at the LSU basketball game, and he was being led in holding hands with Kim Mulkey.
Yeah.
I thought that was, there's a lot of synergy right there. Just all the best people. Dan Wetzel, ESPN senior writer. Enjoy the games, my friend. I appreciate your time always. Happy New Year. Adam. You got it. Dan Wetzel here on the Adam Gold Show. Personally, if I were Washington, you don't want to lose the player, but I kind of feel like you've already lost the player. So for people who do not know, Demond Williams, the quarterback at Washington. He was there last year. He agreed to another contract that was going to pay him whatever it is to pay him. And after signing the contract, said that he wanted to go get into the transfer portal because LSU is interested. Who knows what LSU is paying him? Has agreed to pay him. And there's a lot of shenanigans going on with that too. And Washington has said that they are going to legally fight. They have a signed contract. I totally get all those things. And here's what you would like for the industry to do. You would like for whoever the coach is that is recruiting him out of the portal, or he's not even in the portal yet, recruiting him to the point where he wants the quarterback to enter the portal, you would like that coach to go, oh, he has a signed contract? Yeah, that's good. Well, maybe next year. But that will not ever happen in college sports. Because that's not the way, not all, That's not the way many coaches operate. Oh, the ink's not dry yet. I know he signed it, but maybe we can offer something better. That's what happens a lot. It happened for years and years and years just in normal recruiting. Until that letter of intent was faxed, it didn't make any difference to a lot of coaches. You could verbally commit all day long. Oh, it's not a signed deal yet. Let's go in and see if we can't steal the player. That's what happens. It's what has happened, and that will continue to happen. The NCAA, enforcing tampering, gosh, they'd be here forever. Forever. But if I were Washington, if there was a way to prevent him from going to LSU or to another team in our conference, I would do that. But I don't think it's in Washington's best interest long term to put themselves in a position to legally fight player movement. I just don't. Not when everybody else involved in athletics is free to move wherever they want. At some point, it becomes it's just bad PR. And that's what I think this ultimately is. But I agree, there should be some principles where I agreed, I signed this, I'm going to live up to this. But we are in a completely all new world. All right, when we come back, we'll stretch. No, we won't. Yeah, we will stretch. I know the format. Yesterday we were talking to Tyler Hansbrough at this time.
Yeah, no, we didn't stretch.
We didn't place bets yesterday, did
nope.
we? How did we survive?
I have no idea. Hey, but we didn't lose anything.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. All right, we will stretch and place bets next.
Asheville to Wilmington, Boone to Durham, the Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Did you know Medicare fraud is costing us $68 billion a year? The NC Department of Insurance Senior Medical Patrol Program's goal is to reduce Medicare fraud, waste, and abuse. If you suspect any billing or Medicare fraud issues, we're here to help. Contact SMP today at ncshiip.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212.
Project supported by grants from the Administration for Community Living. Contents do not necessarily represent official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL, HHS, or the U.S. government.
No matter your struggle, you are not alone. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is free, private, and always available. If you feel lonely, isolated, anxious, or overwhelmed, help is here all day and night. Call, text, or chat 988 without cost, without judgment, and without waiting for an appointment. You'll get support that can make a difference. Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
North Carolina ranks second in the nation in potential agricultural land lost by the year 2040. The NC Forever Farms program supports the preservation of family farms through permanent agricultural conservation easements and has received a record number of applications for 3 straight years. Landowners interested in preserving their working farm through the Farmland Preservation Division of the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services can learn more by visiting ncadfp.org.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community. Public power communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public power systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
As the health director in Haywood County and a nurse here in North Carolina, I can tell you that the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline saves lives.
No matter your struggle, you are not alone. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is free, private, and always available.
988 Lifeline counselors are ready 24/7 to speak with you, help you cope, and get you connected to the support that is right for you.
988, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
Call, text, or chat 988 24/7. Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything. Helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, at any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
One Adam. Gold. One Adam. Gold.
I have his jersey.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you have any other jerseys or just a Jake Delhomme?
I got so many.
Do you really?
I go all the way back from Tim Biakabatuka.
Wow.
Yes. Cam, Luke, obviously, Smitty. So, yeah, I've got multiple. 6 or 7, maybe?
6, 7?
6, 7? 6, 7?
The Adam Gold Show.
It's the Adam Gold Show. I'm Adam Gold. Victoria producing the program. Looking forward to tonight's hockey game. Canes and the Anaheim Ducks tonight at Lenovo Center. Our friend John Forsley will be in town on Saturday.
Oh, fun.
John will join us tomorrow.
Now I want wings.
There you go. We maybe we should serve them tomorrow.
I know.
Hey, you know how we like to joke that we all of the celebrations that happen here.
Yes, we're never a part of it.
Yeah, because they always set them for like
during our show,
1 o'clock or whatever it is. Yeah. So
we're a little busy.
We are celebrating somebody's retirement here in the building. Lori is leaving after 44 years.
Mm-hmm. Don't
at
listen,
the company.
Lori. It's a surprise.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't think she listens. Maybe.
Well, I don't know if she's listening or not. They were preparing everything in the kitchen earlier.
Oh,
They
okay.
weren't doing that secretly.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I walked by and made a joke.
Yeah.
Like we're never invited because it's always during the show.
I know.
They were like, "This is at 3."
Yes. Yeah. So we can go. Look at that.
I'm like, well, I didn't blow my joke right there. So anyway, congratulations to Lori, who doesn't know, apparently.
Yeah, I know. I thought it was a secret, but it's fine. Surprise. She's busy. Maybe they took her out for like a pre-party. And so
it's going to get interesting.
I know. I mean, she's retiring, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Too big.
All right. Let's stretch.
Okay, so I know that that rejoin that Rusty made from when we talked about how many jerseys I have, I guess we're just now old for saying 6'7" because there are banished words that Lake Superior State came up with a list of banished words that they think we should stop using in 2026. New year, new me, I guess. I don't know. So 6'7" was the top of that list. They said that we shouldn't do that one anymore. Also, demure, which is an older word, but for whatever reason has
We don't like that?
I guess they don't here at Lake Superior State. They say that we should be nixing that out of 2026. Also,
Lake Superior State decided this.
Yeah,
Okay.
they came up with its annual list of banished words.
All right.
So that's on here. Also, which Okay, everybody uses these words, but in different ways. Cooked. Like, oh, man, that was cooked. Like, I'm exhausted in that way.
I don't know. I kind of think we need that.
I didn't feel like that was overused, but I don't know, like superior. They think they're superior, I guess. They also think we should get rid of massive, like how kids would use it in a way meaning awesome. I don't know.
Why are they doing this?
I don't know. Who knows? See, and you would know better than I on whether, like, the youths like to say these words regularly, because I don't know. I have no idea. Incentivized. Why are we getting rid of incentivized? Are you incentivized to not use incentivized?
I mean, the kids are not using that word.
I know. They're saying it's used as like motivate or encourage.
Right. I know it. Yeah. I know the meaning.
I mean,
we don't need that?
We're overusing it? No,
we're definitely not overusing that.
I know. Well, next up, they want us to full stop with that stuff because full stop's the next one. So that's on here. Also, sorry, you're not going to do this, but perfect? Why would we get rid of perfect? Somebody does a perfect job.
Say 100.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, it's or a buck. I don't know, whatever.
Also, keep it a buck.
Also, gifted when used as a verb. Like I gifted them a candle. Why don't you just say I gave them a candle? I don't know. It's weird. I think they're reaching for this one.
Yes.
Is reaching on this list too, at least not the top 10. Also, you're not going to, I'm just going to full stop with this one. My bad. My bad's not going away. Like,
Agreed.
People are not going to stop saying my bad. My bad, boss. So, yeah, no, that's not it. And then reach out. I don't know where they're coming up with this stuff. So that's what they say. Don't use 6'7", demure, cooked, massive, incentivized, full stop, perfect, gifted as a verb, my bad, and reach out. I guess they think
this is Lake Superior State.
This is what they think we should be not saying anymore in 2026.
Just go play hockey, guys.
Exactly.
And women. Go play hockey.
Exactly. Just or touch grass. So
touch ice.
Exactly. And then also from SB Nation, they put out their list of teams that are most likely to make the Super Bowl that are in the playoffs. Shocker, the Panthers are all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't think anybody disagrees with that, even though we might be the biggest underdogs. Put a buck on what you said was what, plus 22,000?
22,500
for the Panthers to win the Super Bowl.
Fastest 225 you can make.
Yes, exactly. Keep pounding. Steelers are next up at the bottom at 13. However, do you want to guess which team they think is most likely to make it to the Super Bowl?
Seattle.
Yep. Number one.
And in the AFC, probably New England.
New England did come in number 6.
6?
Yes.
They don't have Buffalo in the AFC. Probably Denver.
They have Buffalo at number 4.
Okay.
So they have Seattle at the top.
Yeah, I saw Buffalo was like 1,000.
Right.
Plus 1,000.
Then they have the Rams, then the 49ers.
Okay, yeah. I've been saying for a while, the 3 best teams in the NFL are all in the same division.
Yep,
so.
Exactly. So then you've got the Bills, Broncos.
Oh, so the Bills are the best choice in the AFC.
Mm-hmm. And the Patriots. Now they've got the defending champs smack dab right in the middle at 7.
Yeah,
that might be too high.
The Eagles are in some ways under the radar. If you could be a defending champ and be under the radar, I think the Eagles are.
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe, I don't know if that's going to be one of our bets, but maybe that'll come up in Place Your Bets.
Place your bets, place your bets. Here we are. I bet you slice into the woods $100.
Gambling is illegal in Bushwood, sir, and I never slide.
Okay, you can owe me. I owe you one.
All right, let's. We didn't have any bets yesterday.
No, so
let's make some up today.
We're 100.
Yes.
We're good to go. I'm going to do all on the ice today. First up, the Anaheim Ducks, like you mentioned, they're in Carolina taking on our Canes. So I'm going to say that there will be a goal in the first 5 minutes. That's plus 145.
Wow.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. I'll give you my Canes wager. Seth Jarvis, overtime goal.
Nice.
Plus 6,500.
Wow, not Aho? Aho's our overtime king.
Gonna go Jarvis, overtime goal, plus 6,500.
Well, it's funny you say that because I'm going Jarvis anytime goal scorer. Hopefully he's the first goal scorer, but I'm gonna say Jarvis to be an anytime goal scorer, maybe in the first 5 minutes, plus 140.
That would be fantastic.
Yep.
All right, tonight's national semifinal game in college football, Miami and Ole Miss. Give me the Hurricanes. Just to win. I know they're favored by 3.5. Miami under 52.5. That's plus 201.
Nice. Well, and I'm going to go to the Devils versus the Penguins. The Devils, woo, they got a spanking recently.
9-0.
It was real bad. So give me the Penguins at home to win. And you know what? I'll take the under 6.5. Why not? Plus 215.
You know, not only did they lose 9-0, but Jacob Markstrom was the goalie, and he gave up all 9 goals.
Yikes.
Like, you just let him stay out there and wear it.
I mean, how many goals do you have to score before you take him out?
It was, statistically speaking, the worst goaltending performance since they came up with analytics.
Oh, wow.
Right? It was minus 7.36 goals saved above expected. So the Devils won the game in terms of expected goals.
Yeah.
Expected goals, which again is a predictive measure, I guess, says that they should have won the game 2-1.
Wow.
Crazy.
Not the record you want.
All right, my third game is a soccer match. Today, Arsenal, Liverpool. I feel no good things about this. Arsenal to win, both teams to score, plus 198. There you go. You'll hear from Greg Olson in Wallace Sound.
Still arguing whether hockey or golf has the tougher dress code? The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Adam Gold here for my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. College football playoff game day #1. Miami and Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl. They used to play this for a lot of corn chips. Now I don't even know what they're playing it for. I know what they're playing it for, to get into the national championship game. And right now, FanDuel, a national champion of sorts, has a profit boost for every college football playoff game day. That means elevating your winnings, your value. Miami is a 3.5-point favorite. I like it. FanDuel.com/local. FanDuel.com/local. Go Canes. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and maximum wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.com.
Listen every afternoon for The Drive with Tim Donnelly.
As 2026 gets started, it feels like everything is right in college basketball because 2 of the 5 best players, and yes, best players all ages, NBA draft prospects, however you want to play it, are at Duke and UNC. Cam Boozer and Caleb Wilson are going to be one of the stories of not just the ACC, but the entire country in college basketball.
The Drive with Tim Donnelly, 3 to 6 on 99.9 The Fan.
Pondering prizes with Cash Pop? Why pick just one pop when you can pick as many pops as you please? Up to 15. Picture this. You pick your pop, perhaps a powerful 7. Now pick more pops like a proud 9, a pristine 15, a perfect 10. Each pop propagates more potential to pack your pockets with prizes up to $2,500. So prepare for a peppering of prizes with Cash Pop from the North Carolina Education Lottery. Cash Pop. Play more pops, win more prizes. Must be 18 to play. See Cash Pop prize and odds charts at nclottery.com. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
Dear hero, whoever you are, you save lives. I live with sickle cell and the pain and the issues that come along with sickle cell every day. I've had lots and lots of blood transfusions over my lifetime, probably in the hundreds. Blood helps me to be able to live.
My final tour was in Afghanistan in 2008. I was hit June 3rd. The next thing I remember, I woke up in Germany. The doctor came in and said, "We're going to amputate your leg." I had to get a lot of blood transfusion to stay alive.
Because of you, I'm allowed to see my son grow up.
Because of you, I got a second chance at life.
Giving equals living. Give blood. Replenish the supply. Make an appointment to give today by visiting hhs.gov/giveblood. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
What is dedication?
I think a parent's job is to protect our children, but also prepare them for the world so they become good, kind human beings.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-897-4400. That's 800-897-4400.
I'm attorney Brian Ritchie. Big truck accidents can cause life-changing injuries, and life-changing injuries deserve life-changing money. I know big truck wrecks, and I know how to fight those big insurance companies. If you've been hurt by a big truck, contact us at ritchielaw.com. I'm on top of it.
Broadcasting live from the Lenovo Studios. WCMC HD1 Holly Springs. 99.9 The Fan. The Triangle Sports Leader.
It's like Sam Darnold's got to prove to me that he's a big-time quarterback. He has more wins in the regular season the last 2 years than anybody, and that's across two different teams. 28 wins. The next closest is Josh Allen with 25. Josh Allen has an MVP during that span. It's just ridiculous to sit here and box Sam Darnold into the guy that was seeing ghosts.
You're listening to The Adam Gold Show.
I'm not the only one who's Sam Darnold averse.
No, no.
But Darnold isn't the quarterback he was with the Jets. He's not the quarterback he was with the Panthers.
No.
He's probably the quarterback he was with the Vikings, which is fine.
Yeah.
He was great last year.
Worked out well for him.
Until.
Yep.
It's not to say that Sam Darnold can't. It's just I'm saying that I don't have confidence that he will. And when you get into these games and the other team on the other side of the field is every bit as good as you, and there is so little to choose between really all of these teams. I know Seahawks won in San Francisco, but we were this close to the Seahawks being the 5 seed, having to play in here, right? Back in Charlotte. That's how close they were.
Yep.
San Francisco ends up as the 6. They're playing in Philadelphia, right? I just think there's very little to choose between any of these teams, and the quarterback that makes the most mistakes generally loses. And I think Sam Darnold is more likely to make a mistake than Matthew Stafford. Maybe not than Brock Purdy, because Purdy has made his fair share of mistakes.
True.
He's got a little Sam Darnold in him, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't have super faith in Sam Darnold to not make that mistake. And Sam's mistakes seem to be doozies.
Yeah.
They just seem to be juicy.
Mm-hmm.
And we just can't afford the juicy mistakes.
At the worst times.
Yeah, that you make. All right, this is the Adam Gold Show. We're available to you on YouTube. If you want to go to YouTube, search Adam Gold Show or 99.9 The Fan. Either way, we got a Hurricanes game coming up. We got some football stuff here. But I want to begin with the Wall of Sound.
The Wall of Sound is a function of this studio. There's no doubt about it.
I am not a superstitious person at all. I do not wear the same thing. Well, let me ask. I need a ruling here from you.
Okay.
One thing that I don't do is I will not. So the Hurricanes are playing the Ducks tonight.
Yes.
Right? The Ducks' color right now is orange. Right? And there's a green there, but they're basically orange. I will not wear the color of the opposing team.
I mean, I get that.
That's the only. I don't know if that's a superstition.
I mean, some people would probably call
Right?
it, even
But
a little one.
But it has nothing to do with whether or not they win.
Right.
This is a truism, and people can't necessarily see me at games, but like when I used to cover basketball games, if you were wearing the color of the other team,
right,
and somebody saw you,
it's bad
like,
juju.
take a picture of you, I can't believe you're here supporting like
traitor.
So it's not about whether or not the Hurricanes are going to win.
Yeah.
It's about whether some dope is going to get mad
Right.
that I'm wearing, like if I was wearing an orange sweater, and I have an orange sweater.
Yeah. It could be
That's
more
why.
just a superstition for
No.
you to not be labeled as a
To avoid
incorrectly.
Right, to avoid having to deal with a dope.
Right. Yeah.
So anyway, the Greg Olsen thing is about superstition. It's about doing something that leads to something that might not ever be related. But what I really think that Greg Olsen is talking about here, my interpretation of it, is that it's really about the fans at Bank of America Stadium. So he's on a podcast with Scott Fowler and John Isner. You'll hear, I believe, Fowler or Isner just sort of, like nodding along, but it's all Greg Olsen.
So we had to get to that part of the stadium. Well, in the beginning of the season, we would come down, we'd make a right, we'd go down Mint, we'd loop around past like the statues and stuff, and we'd pull in by the loading dock. Yeah. Well, like in the beginning of the season, there was no one downtown. There was no one at our games at 9 o'clock in the morning when we'd be driving, so we'd be able to take this same route every time. And then like we were 5-0, and we'd have to kind of drive around some people. Then we were 10-0. Well, we get ready to go play last regular season game against Tampa Bay. They've barricaded Mint Street. And DA's like, we haven't lost at home. We're taking this route come hell or high water. They've blocked off only for pedestrian traffic on Mint out in front of like the team store. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure,
like, So DA drives up on the curb, down the sidewalk. Cops are waving at us. So we stop, we put the window down, and we make like a big plea. And they're like, no problem, just get back off and go, and good luck. Well, now we get to the playoffs, and it's bedlam. It's tailgates, it's pregame parties. You cannot get down Moorhead, let alone Mint Street, let alone anywhere around Bank of America Stadium. So we're like plotting on the way there. We're like, they're gonna make us go around the whole stadium, but we can't. Like, we take the same route every time. So we got Luke in the back, and you know Luke, he's like sitting in the back. We're like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pull up on the first cop we find, and we're gonna tell him it's Luke, and that Luke has to take, so we make this whole plan. So we find this cop, and to his credit, he got in his car, he moved it, they moved the barricades, and they police escorted us through a sea of people. And they very slowly, and they weaved us through because we told them, we're like, this is our route. Like, we have to go this way. The point of the story is, week one, there's no barricades, there's no people, there's nowhere. We could have driven onto the field if we wanted to. And 3 months later, we're getting police escorted because there's so mmany people, so many parties, so many tailgates, but we've got our route that we set that we have to take, and we're getting police escorted through this park, like through the roads around to get to our parking lot on game day. Was unheard of. That's great. Like that was like the magic. Like we would leave the hotel earlier and earlier and earlier because it would take us longer and longer and longer to get there because we knew, like, I wonder what they're going to put in store for DA today. And the joke was like, you're not stopping DA. He's going to break every rule. He's going to drive on curbs. He's going to go on the grass. He's getting down that road, and it became kind of like a funny, like there was like an excitement to like, what route is DA? What's DA going to be forced to do? And
that is absolutely awesome.
Love it.
Because I've been there when it's been a sea of people.
Yeah, me
right?
too.
It wasn't for a Panthers game. then, but it was for the ACC championship game. I've been to a couple of those ACC championship games in Charlotte, and it is around the stadium. It is a madhouse, and that's awesome. I can't wait for that. But I'm trying to, in my mind, picture like Derek Anderson driving through a sea of people.
I know.
With a police escort like going like 2 miles an hour.
I love it. I miss that group of guys too. That team in general. It was fun to watch. It was fun to support them. Like, that's why I have the jerseys.
No,
See, I'm not superstitious. I'm like slightly stitious. Semi-stitious.
Semi-stitious. I like that.
Yeah.
So it's not for everything. Just
No.
there's certain things I want to do.
Like, perfect example, if I'm watching the Panthers game and it's going real bad, many times it does, I'll stand up. Like, I'll stand up, like, to get the mojo flowing or something. And if they start doing well, I will not sit down. I'll stand up and watch the rest of the game.
Okay, that's fair. So let me ask this question. If they play badly and you turn the game off.
Oh, I won't turn the game off. Unfortunately, I can't turn the game off. So that usually doesn't happen.
Okay.
But if I did, would I just keep...
And then you check the score and they were doing better.
Right.
Would you keep the game off or would you turn
I'd
it back
keep
on?
It off. If I committed to turning it off. I've done that before where I've left the room,
Right.
but I can still see and hear the TV, like, in the kitchen.
Okay.
So I've done that before where they've really, like we've established, Bridget said it earlier, so it's safe. They've pissed me off, so I've gone into the kitchen. And if they start doing better in there, then I'll just watch from there. Like, okay, well, we'll just set up shop here.
Back in the day, I did that when I was in school, Maryland basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I realize that
punish
it's
them.
not good. Exactly.
I'd punish them by not watching
I'm
them.
a disappointed mother.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? So, yeah, I realize it's not going to change the game, but it makes me feel better. And, you know.
There were other factors at play there, but for the most part, I punish them. I will not watch you.
My sanity, I've got to help buffer. Like, maybe if I just get a few
lot of
feet
sense.
away,
Yeah.
I can buffer.
Makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
All right, when we come back, that's all we had in the Wall of Sound. There was other things there. By the way, before we get out of here, you'll hear from Carolina Mike. Right? He's going to sing to us. I think it's before the game this past weekend.
Right, yeah.
We're going to hear from Carolina Mike. If we can find a fresh Carolina Mike that we can air, then we'll do that too. But we have Carolina Mike from last week. Anyway, when we come back, our friend Konata Edwards, are the Hornets good? Like, are the Hornets good? We'll find out next.
Questioning goalie interference calls since day one. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Listen for college football's best through January 19th. From the Military Bowl to the Natty in Miami, every major bowl game will be brought to you live.
Second and goal at the Ohio State 5. Snap, handoff, Brown, and he's into the end zone. That is a game sealer for the Hurricanes.
Bowl season on 99.9 The Fan and Buzz Sports is presented by Wakeman, Roofworks, and Wilkinson Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC in Sanford.
Hey, it's Adam Gold from my friend Gordon Miller, Miller Lending, Kildare Farm Road and Cary, the man who invented the no closing cost mortgage back in 1987. You know why he invented the no closing cost mortgage? Because he hates timing. Timing is bad. You know why timing is bad? Let's say the rate is somewhat higher than it is right now. It might discourage you because, oh man, I don't want to get a mortgage now. The rate is this. By the way, if anybody gives you a number like if you're listening to commercials and there's an advertisement for a mortgage company, then use an actual rate, a number, don't call them because A, it's misleading at the very least. Frankly, I ain't even sure it's legal. Either way, the problem is timing gets in the way. Just get the rate, whatever it is. The rate's going to drop. So you refinance free of charge, lower your monthly payment, pay the lower rate. Don't ever pay closing costs because you don't have to. Timing is bad. Miller Lending, good. Miller Lending on Kildare Farm Road and Cary, an equal housing lender, NMLS ID 250-2146.
What's this?
this?
We're expanding the North Carolina Education Lottery Winners Club.
That's a pretty big wrecking ball.
Well, with all these new scratch-offs, this place is going to be packed with new winners. Okay, let's go ahead and knock this wall down. This is where we're putting the polo field. Whoa, patience, Trixie.
This month's tickets are loaded with $90 million in total prizes. The Winners Club awaits. Must be 18 to play. Approximate overall odds of winning range from 1 in 3.35 to 4.68. Problem gambling helpline 877-718-5543.
When sleep isn't working, everything feels harder. Your health, your patience, your focus, even your relationships. I'm Megan Giggling with Parkway Sleep Health Centers. Too often, people are told to wait months or even years just to talk to a sleep specialist. But untreated sleep problems don't wait. At Parkway, care begins within weeks with home sleep studies and fast, coordinated support so people can move forward instead of staying stuck. Better sleep changes everything.
Parkway Sleep, your fastest path to better sleep. Start today at parkwaysleep.com. Sound sleep, sound health.
We put our lives on the line for our country. We braved the unknown. We did what we were told. And we lit up. Our cigarette packs were as valuable as the packs on our back. Maybe more. At one point, cigarettes were part of our daily ration. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. And boy, we were smoking 'em. Bumming a smoke was the norm. It was an escape from the reality of dirt, sweat, and forgetting how many days you were so far from home. Never had to worry so long as you had a light, and the smoking lamp was lit. If that was you then, get your lungs screened now. Surviving lung cancer starts with a scan. Learn more at screenyourlungs.org. And thank you for your service. This PSA was made possible by industry funding and guidance from lung cancer patient groups.
Appliance savings are happening now at the Home Depot with up to $1,000 off select appliances. Looking to upgrade your fridge? Check out LG's newest model, serving up ice in all kinds of styles. Cube, crushed, craft ice, and now new mini craft ice straight from the dispenser. From cold brew to fizzy favorites, these refrigerators will have you entertaining like a pro. Shop savings and get up to $1,000 off select appliances like LG at the Home Depot. Offer valid January 8th through 28th, U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Gold. Gold.
Turtle cake? Like, what do we... What?
Isn't that an ice cream?
What? Where's the confetti cake? Because, hello, confetti cake, delicious. With the little, I don't even know if it's real, but the little dots in the icing, like...
None of these are real.
What kind of fake thing that is, but it's delicious. It's my childhood. Like, that wasn't in the top 10. His opinion's invalid to me.
The Adam Gold Show.
There he is, Konata Edwards, my friend, ball knower. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. First of all, I have heard your swaddle game is on point.
My swaddle game, see, here's the thing. Swaddles are overrated. Sleep sacks are where they are. That's where it is. Sleep sacks. The swaddles are like, the thing with swaddles are it's a little bit difficult and it takes a little bit. Again, if you've ever worked at a Chipotle or Qdoba, again, it's a giant burrito. That's the same thing.
It's a very good point.
Quite literally, but the sleep sacks make it easier because it's all Velcro. Like that's all you got to do. It's just all Velcro.
It's just cheating.
Well, it's not cheating. It's cheating. Being effective. Sir, I know you've been out of the newborn game for a minute, so I know this is new to you, but I know you remember having to get them to sleep as quick as possible. It's about speed and efficiency. And again, I'm highlighting efficiency, unlike Trae Young.
All right, this might be, and we will eventually get to basketball, I promise. This may or may not be a sign that social services is going to show up at the studio. But when Jack had trouble getting back to sleep, I would sing Meet the Mets to him. And it made him a Mets fan, which again...
I ought to call CPS
See, that's what I'm saying. Is that it
ought to call CPS.
Might be grounds for an investigation, but I did. I sang the Meet the Mets song to him, and yeah, I'll just leave it at that.
Sir, have you no shame? Have you no shame?
Obviously not. Obviously not.
No, not at all.
And I'm trying to think. Were they good then?
Probably
Yeah,
not.
no, they were good. They were good. It was, Jack was born in 08. They were sort of coming out of this, still okay. We had the should have been in the World Series
look
right
at
in
you
my
negotiating
brain.
with yourself right now. Look
Carlos
at you.
Beltran staring at
Look
call
at
strike
you.
3.
Look at you.
Never
this
mind.
This is sad.
Andy Chavez with the catch over the wall.
Oh, that's
pretty good catch.
Wasn't that like
It was
the
06.
Andy Chavez catch? That wasn't 08, was it?
It was 06. It was still
Okay,
there. It was still fresh.
I
in
was
my
about
mind.
to say, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's still fresh in my mind. All right, never mind. All right, so the whole reason we're doing this, I want to talk ball.
Yes.
So, Con Knipple, how good is Con Knipple? I sent you a text about a week ago, and I spelled Chris Mullen with a K as opposed to a C. Are we talking Con Knipple in Chris Mullen terms?
Chris Mullen wasn't as good off the dribble. Maybe pre-back injury, maybe he was, but he wasn't this good off the dribble. Con's ability to finish at the rim separates him from Chris Mullen. I do think he's a cornerstone piece. And if the Hornets end up with Run TMC, like the remix, Buzz edition, like that's a really, really good outcome for them, despite the fact that no one wants to look up what Run TMC actually did as like a unit in terms of winning, because it wasn't much. But it was entertaining. It was entertaining, though. Just remember that portion.
They were entertaining. Entertaining. Mitch Richmond, right? Tim Hardaway,
Mitch Richmond,
right?
Tim Hardaway, yep.
Now,
I'm trying to figure out who is who. Like, if we're gonna go with the Mullen subscribe to, that technically makes LaMelo Ball Tim Hardaway, and he ain't there.
No. He is
Brandon Miller, Mitch Richmond. I'll sign up for that tomorrow.
All right, so
I'll sign up for that tomorrow.
When Miller, Ball, Bridges, and Knipple are all in the lineup, and granted, it's a rarity because of the injury issues with Ball and with Miller, although right now I think everybody's healthy. But when those guys are all in the lineup, are they legitimately, I'm not putting them up there in the top, 4, 5, 6 of the conference, but are they a legitimate playoff contender with those 4 in the lineup healthy?
I can't give you playoff. That would be going too far. I can give you play-in.
Okay, play-in.
I can absolutely give you play-in.
Yeah.
Okay. I do. They're 9-4, and they have when Ball, Knipple, and Miller are playing, they are the best offense in the league. Their offensive rating is like 130, which is like 130 points per 100 possessions or something just utterly ridiculous like that. So I do think they are going to be good. It's just a matter of getting Brandon Miller, who missed last night, off of a knee contusion, even though they're doing a bunch of this injury management stuff. So I think that was probably a scheduled day off. But regardless, this is a very, very good team offensively when they're healthy. The problem is with this Hornets team, as it's been the case for God knows how long, they're never healthy.
Yeah, that is an issue. How is there depth enough to overcome injuries for like little stretches? Or, all right, Miller's got a scheduled day off. Is their depth good enough to handle that?
Depends on the team. It honestly does depend on the team. I saw this team. I saw the Charlotte Hornets beat the Chicago Bulls with no centers, essentially. With PJ Hall has come in again. Yeah, ACC stalwart PJ Hall has come in and is eventually going to get himself a full-time roster spot on this team.
Good,
but he has come in and been adequate enough at the center because of the 3 guards, because of Miller's explosion, because of Con Knipple basically being a metronome, where no matter what, you can almost pencil him in for 3 threes, 15 points, a couple assists, and some sneaky, really good defensive play that we didn't, quite frankly, we didn't see at Duke.
Yeah, well, the thing is, he was a willing defender at Duke. I think he was, look, I joked at the end of last year when Cooper Flagg was out of the ACC tournament. People were wondering, well, what's Duke going to do? They're just going to play the other Cooper Flagg. It's just a smaller version of him. I sent this text to you last night. I'm going to ask you on the air because Knipple is off to a great start. Would you trade him for Cooper Flagg?
in a heartbeat. I like Con. I think Con is great. I believe that what we're dealing with Cooper Flag is Grant Hill.
Oh, okay.
Grant Hill Redux right over there. So,
Wow.
yes, I would. I would grit my teeth and do it, but I would absolutely do it for Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag would change the entire trajectory of this team far more than Con Knipple, and I think Con Knipple is the rookie of the year thus far.
That is awesome. It does bring up the conversation. Why didn't Duke win again? Why didn't they win the national champ?
Yeah, John Char is going to want that one back.
Their starting five is their entire starting fives in the league, right?
It is, yeah.
Sion's a good player.
Yeah, Proctor's, yeah. And I mean, remember, you got Sion and like Malik Brown. Think about it like this: when you add Malik Brown and eventually Patrick Gongba, you're going to have 7 players from that team that are going to be on NBA contracts. Someone's going to ask me about Caleb Foster, and I'm going to ask you to properly go pee in a cup. But yeah.
Hey, that was a heck of a game. Heck of a second half at Louisville. So I'm not. I actually think that could be. He's not going to do that all the time, but because he doesn't have to, and they don't need him to. But what he did in the second half at Louisville, albeit a compromised Cardinals team physically, but that is something
you got to have a conversation about Louisville too. By the way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not arguing that. It's like I don't think Louisville was A, they were not whole, and B, they're probably not the 10th best team in the country. They're probably a little bit below that.
They're a bit soft too, if we're really honest about it.
Okay, but still, that's soft. Considering you gave up 47 points at halftime, or before the half, not at halftime. Although I was at the Georgia Tech game. And I thought Duke could have given up 47 points at halftime. It was that poor defensively. But to see Caleb Foster play that well, and he's actually been playing well in a little bit of a run. Let me ask you one more NBA thing. Konata Edwards, at Not of the Scribe on Twitter, ball knower. Trae Young to the Wizards. They talking about this like the Wizards just added the piece that was going to put them over the top, and then you look at the standings, and they're 10 and whatever. So I know they've got talent, but did they just add a piece that makes them good, or did they just add a piece who's a good player but doesn't really change the calculus for him?
The thing that I think you got to recognize is that Will Dawkins comes from the Sam Presti school of GMing. So what they're going to do, they traded for him. They basically got him in a salary dump. They didn't have to give up any picks. No picks were given up. If there was going to be a pick, it was going to be headed to Washington,
right,
not headed to Atlanta. The thing that you have to understand is what Will Dawkins is going to do is he's going to take Trae Young. They're going to minimize his weaknesses. They're going to accentuate his strengths, and then they're going to flip him for another couple of pieces down the line with an extension. And all they're doing is they're just doing really, really, really good asset management, considering that all the assets that were coming from this were from the Bradley Beal trade, a guy that was deemed untradeable and, mind you, isn't playing right now. Think about everything that they've done in terms like Washington is dangerous because they have just enough young guys. And I think what Trae Young is going to do best is just accentuate what Alex Sarr does. And they're going to be better longer. And the other thing about this is, and I think we've had this conversation, it doesn't help you to outright be bad. The lottery balls are not, like the odds are not separated. You might as well win as many games as you can, figure out what you have, what you don't, and continually assess. If you do it that way, that's the best way to win these games, to build these teams. At this point, it doesn't matter how many games you lose. It's more about making sure that the assets that because we're seeing tanking doesn't work. That's how you end up in the lottery 10 straight years, 12 straight years, and eventually end up having a gambling scandal. Go ask Charlotte Hornets about that, by the way.
Here's the other thing is that most of these drafts, we had Cooper Flag as the overall one, but there were some other obviously great players in this draft. So if you pick 5th or 6th, you're going to have a chance to get a difference-making player. You just have to be able to identify who that is. Final question for my friend Konata Edwards, new proud parent, man who's like sidestepping swaddling for baby in a bag.
Euro-stepping, technically.
Exactly. Should the Panthers fire Dave Canales yesterday and hire John Harbaugh in time for Saturday's game against the Rams?
Dave has done enough to where
just my joke.
He's I know. But the thing is, like, at this point, I'm not a person that believes in Dave Canales. He can do a lot towards making me a believer if they win this game, which, again, they're 10-point dog. I completely understand why. I am one of those that believes that there's going to be a lot, like, you're going to show me a lot.
It's a free hit, though. I think it's a free hit.
It is. It absolutely is a free hit. But you still can put your best foot forward. Yeah. You can see what postseason football, you can figure out what your strengths, your weaknesses, and we'll figure out if the quarterback is a weakness. We'll figure out if the coach is a weakness. We'll figure out if the defensive coordinator is a weakness. We'll figure all of this stuff out, stress testing it in real time, and you weren't expected to be here. It's kind of like Clerks. It's like Dante from Clerks. He wasn't expected to be here, and you know what? Something great came out of it. A great scene, a great movie came out of it. You're going to get the prodigal son coming back. Like, all of this is awesome. So, no, they shouldn't fire him. But, again, here's the thing. Depending on how it looks, he should go in on the hot seat if it's that bad.
Is there a video store attached to Bank of America Stadium? I'm just curious.
No, but there is a team store.
there is, and they don't sell nearly the stuff that they sold at the video store. Konata Edwards, thank you so much, my man. Best to you, the fam. See ya, and be well. Talk to you soon. Happy New Year.
Absolutely. See.
All right, before we break, and when we come back, we're going to talk college football with Roddy Jones and get people who are into tonight's game, and you should be, Miami and Ole Miss. We're going to talk to him about it. We have a Hurricanes game tonight against the Ducks. And the Hurricanes put out a tweet earlier, and I just want to read the tweet because it's really good, and it was done brilliantly, and you should follow the Canes on Twitter anyway, at Canes. They make it easy. You get to invite one person to a Canes game with you, and if you disagree with one of their takes in the first period, you get $10 million. Who are you bringing? It's just such a very, very good, simple social media game.
Right.
That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long it took. My name did come up.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Right.
That is
Maybe they'll
good.
split the money with you.
I don't want it. I don't.
I was gonna say, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll split it. So, so a lot of the people that sometimes will frustrate me on Twitter. See, this is where I get back to this part of Canes fans. We all want the same thing. We may think different things about different aspects of Hurricanes life, but we all want the same thing, and it's nice to see a sense of humor out there. Well done. Well done. Brilliant exercise. I do think that if you want to go back and you read the thread, I think the responses to some of the suggestions are really, really clever, and I appreciate whoever did it. So there you go. That's your Hurricanes tweet of the day. I don't know. When we come back, Roddy Jones, a legend of Georgia Tech, an ACC guy for the ACC network. He and everybody else are out there in Arizona for the Fiesta Bowl tonight, Miami and Ole Miss. We'll talk to him about the game next.
Delivering more hits than the Canes forecheck.
He scores!
The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Adam Gold here from my friends at FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. And right now, FanDuel giving all customers, not just new customers, all customers, a profit boost for every college playoff game day. That means more chances to level up your picks and turn big moments into even bigger wins. You could ride with the favorite. You could take a shot on an underdog, build a parlay. Hey, It's your playoff world. FanDuel is the best place to get into the college football action all playoff long. FanDuel.com/local. That's FanDuel.com/local for the college football playoff profit boost today. 21 and over and present in North Carolina. Opt-in required. Bonuses issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and maximum wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov.
Did you know Medicare fraud is costing us $68 billion a year? The NC Department of Insurance Senior Medical Patrol Program's goal is to reduce Medicare fraud, waste, and abuse. If you suspect any billing or Medicare fraud issues, we're here to help. Contact SMP today at ncshiip.com or call toll-free at 855-408-1212.
Project supported by grants from the Administration for Community Living. Contents do not necessarily represent official views of, nor an endorsement by ACL, HHS, or the U.S. government.
North Carolina ranks second in the nation in potential agricultural land lost by the year 2040. The NC Forever Farms program supports the preservation of family farms through permanent agricultural conservation easements and has received a record number of applications for 3 straight years. Landowners interested in preserving their working farm through the Farmland Preservation Division of the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services can learn more by visiting ncadfp.org.
Sometimes the simplest steps make the biggest difference. Washing your hands often, staying home when you're sick, and talking with your health provider about vaccines.
Help keep your family protected against the flu, RSV, and COVID. Simple steps, big protection.
Defend yourself. Get vaccinated to protect you and your family from respiratory illnesses this season. Visit myspot.nc.gov to find yours today.
Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
If you pay your city or town for electricity, you live in a public power community. Public power communities provide electricity to families and businesses from a locally owned and operated system. Public power systems are not-for-profit and provide electricity at affordable rates with unbeaten reliability. Your local public power provider invests in your community, providing local jobs and supporting your local economy. Electricities of North Carolina is the energy behind public power. Learn more at electricities.com.
No matter your struggle, you are not alone. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is free, private, and always available. If you feel lonely, isolated, anxious, or overwhelmed, help is here all day and night. Call, text, or chat 988 without cost, without judgment, and without waiting for an appointment. You'll get support that can make a difference. Brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
Here's the deal. We gotta set ourselves up. See, retirement is the long game. We gotta make moves and make them early. Set up goals. Don't worry about a setback. Just save up and stack up to reach them. Let's put ourselves in the right position. Pre-game to greater things.
Start building your retirement plan at thisispretirement.org. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
This is Adam Gold.
80-second mark, I screamed in the booth. I screamed in the booth. Why the heck is he still on the ice?
Did you say it in Finnish?
I should have.
Yes.
No, he wouldn't. He curses in English.
He does.
All right, 2 seconds later, he scored.
Yes.
And I went, oh, that's why. That's why.
The Adam Gold Show.
Ronnie Jones, a legend of Georgia Tech, and now part of. I flip on the TV. The ACC network crew is out there with Miami at the Fiesta Bowl. Love to see you and Eric McLean out there. Very cool, and the rest of the gang. Jimbo Fisher dropping, bars on Lane Kiffin. We might talk about that. It was all very good. So thank you very much for doing this, sir. So you tell me, you're the analyst, how does Miami get this done over Ole Miss and make it to the national championship game where we all thought they would be basically every year since joining the league?
First off, thanks for having me. Secondly, the introduction of legend, probably a little strong.
No.
My career gets more legendary the further I get away from it. With this Miami team, it's really funny because yes, we thought Miami was a national championship contender every year for the last 30. But at the beginning of this year, like, it was legitimate. This team was playing great. The offensive and defensive lines were great. The offense was really humming in a way that it sort of went into hibernation at some point during the year, kind of in the middle of the season. And now they've found it again. So the way they get it done tonight is by playing their game. They're going to have to dominate the lines of scrimmage. They're going to have to control the game, I think, from a tempo standpoint. The tempo that Ole Miss plays at is going to be challenging for Miami if they're allowed to get into it, because Miami does not rotate a ton on its defensive line. Akeem Mesidor and Ruben Dane late in drives will get a little tired and will be less effective. So I think early down success, P and 10s, that's start of a possession, 10 yards to go. Those are going to be important, because if Ole Miss is able to get 6-7 yards to start drives, then you've got a second and short. And once they get that first down, they can really mash the gas on tempo. You're not going to tempo into a 3rd and 7. It's just not going to happen. So getting them in 3rd and longs is going to be important. So I think all of those things play into it. But ultimately, Miami's just got to play its game. I don't think if this thing turns into a shootout, Miami's going to be super comfortable with the way that game plays out.
Roddy Jones is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. Here's what, because you mentioned Miami, the preseason expectations, and then the beginning of the season, starting with the Notre Dame win, and they really had a very challenging early non-conference schedule. South Florida was really good. Whether Florida was good or not, they really weren't, obviously. It's still an SEC opponent, and Miami was dynamite in that game. But it does remind us that the football season, while maybe you don't play 40 games like in basketball, it's still a long year. And we see it in the NFL all the time. Teams get off to great starts, and then they go through a rough patch. I don't know why it's foreign to us that that's acceptable in college, but it should be acceptable. We should expect the peaks and valleys, no?
It's foreign to us because we've never accepted it in the past. It's never been a feature of our postseason, because if you lost a game or two early, like Miami did, you were eliminated. You played in the Citrus Bowl, which is a great bowl game. I did that game. It was an awesome game, but you were not playing for a national championship. Now we've entered into a period of time where that is not punished as much, and you are allowed to get better over the course of a year. So when you look at college landscape as a whole, so many of these teams are going to have early season trials and tribulations more than in the past, and at different schools than we're accustomed to in the past, because of the transfer portal, because all of these schools turn over their rosters so frequently. So there's going to be points in the season where you're learning about how to deal with things. And some of it might be because of injuries to a key player. Some of it could be because of, just adjustments. Some of it could be because teams now have film on you and you have to make your adjustments. So I think it is something that we will see more often. I mean, we had a 3-loss team in the playoffs for the second year in a row. Now, Alabama was a little bit different than Clemson last year, because Clemson obviously won the league and got the automatic bid. Alabama did not and still got in with the loss in the SEC championship game. But I do think we need to get accustomed to teams every single year having a stretch where they don't look like they belong at the top of the sport, and then reemerging down the stretch like Miami did. I think that's going to be something that we see more often than not.
Well, that would have described Alabama too. I keep reminding people, for some reason, we don't talk about the playoff team that had the worst loss among the playoff teams being Alabama for that opening week loss to Florida State, especially as dominating as it was. Roddy Jones is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. I know this is just an aside, and I want to get back to the game, but I don't want to forget to ask you this. I know you did the Pop-Tarts Bowl, which might be the best bowl game now. I don't know. The mascots tell us which the best bowl games are. Pop-Tarts, Tony the Tiger Bowl. I mean, you just give me kids' foods. At some point, we're going to have a Kraft Mac and Cheese Bowl. I don't really dig that. My son will eat it by the box. So did you have a favorite Pop-Tart?
So I'm an OG when it comes to the Pop-Tarts. I am not one of these guys that likes the new falutin stuff. Or actually, I've tried them; they're fine.
Yeah.
But I am a frosted strawberry, frosted blueberry guy through and through because Adam, I am true to this, not new to this. I go way back with Pop-Tarts. Before Wild Berry, before S'mores, Cinnamon Brown Sugar was around. That was never my favorite. You know, all this new Hot Fudge Sundae and Slammin' like all this new stuff. No, you can miss me with that. I'm the old man on my rocking chair saying, get off my lawn, give me my frosted blueberry, frosted strawberry Pop-Tarts. You can keep all that new stuff.
Yeah, I could see you with the Pop-Tart and like a Country Time lemonade. But I have a rule though about Pop-Tarts. If it's got frosting on it, it cannot go in the toaster because that's a fire hazard. If it goes in the toaster, it has to be unfrosted. That's just my own rule.
That is a flaming hot take.
Exactly.
Because a Pop-Tart, any Pop-Tart is best enjoyed with a crispy outer edge, and a warm soft center.
You know, I can tell you went to Georgia Tech. You have made a science out of this. Ronnie Jones is joining us here on the Adam Gold Show. A Miami win, as I almost get back into being real about this. A Miami win. Does that say anything about the Atlantic Coast Conference, or is it simply Miami?
No, it doesn't say anything about the conference. And the conference is taking a victory lap for the postseason that it's had, and rightfully so. Take the victory lap. Because we live in a world that you have to celebrate your wins.
Yep.
And a lot of this is about public perception. And the ACC has done the worst job, I would argue, of all of the Power Four conferences of really highlighting its wins. And I'm not necessarily taking a jab at the conference with that, because I think the conference has tried. But in terms of the authenticity of taking the victory laps when you have it, I think the ACC has not done as good a job as any of the other conferences. The Big Ten doesn't really have to. The SEC is the best at it, and the Big 12 is just always doing stuff. And we think, oh, that's cool, but without actually backing it up with anything meaningful. So no, but if you're reasonable about it, it says more about Miami than the conference. Now, the conference is going to get to claim a semifinal appearance. The conference still being in it is relevant. The conference having as many teams in as the SEC is relevant. At least from a perception standpoint. But this is a Miami story. Miami has invested at a higher level than any school in this league. And I think it shows that if you invest with the right person at the helm, you will get returns on it. And I think you have seen that at a number of places. And so one would hope that ACC schools start to invest at the level that Miami is and at the level that the rest of the country is. Because in order to be a college football playoff team, a team that expects to be in the college football playoffs every single year, or a team that's competing for college football playoffs every single year, you need to be spending somewhere in the neighborhood of $30 million on your roster. I think, and based on conversations with people around the league and conversations with people that would be in the know, Miami is the only team in the league that is spending that consistently. That needs to change if the league wants to have this level of success consistently outside of just Miami.
Yeah, so that means that Clemson needs to do that. Florida State needs to do that. Virginia Tech needs to do that now that they have, I think, the right coach in place in James Franklin that could at least bring that program back to regional success and then, hopefully take the next step to national success. Louisville to an extent. We know SMU will invest. Will that be it? Will the donor investment, will that just be enough? But you're right. The ACC it is Miami. I want to go back to what you were talking about. The league hasn't done a great job in terms of they've tried in terms of celebrating their wins. Part of it is that when you don't win enough early, the narrative gets set by other people, and you can't fight that narrative. So it was somehow the ACC screwed up by Duke winning the league or Duke being in the ACC championship game, never mind that the tiebreaker was identical to the SEC's. Identical tiebreaker. Far be it from the league to try to figure out who deserved to be in the conference championship game by coming up with a tiebreaker that would parse that out. by who you beat because the schedules are so different. Like, it's just incredible that the league was slammed for that because Duke, of all teams, happened to be there. They happen to be a pretty good football team this year. And I guess that was proven out by winning the Tony the Tiger Bowl. They won that big bowl of cereal. But I just agreed with you because the league just hasn't done a great job. They haven't been able to fight the national perspective.
And there's two things that kind of go into that, in my opinion. One is inflicted by the league, and that's Duke lost to 2 Group of 5 teams this year. And so that became an easy punchline, and we love an easy punchline. And look, I am as guilty as any of saying over the course of the year that it is unacceptable and using that as a punchline. But I also said over the course of the year, Duke could be an issue because Duke is good enough to win the league. I felt like that all year long, based on that offense, based on the talent there, based on Darian Minton, and obviously they did it. Now, I didn't think they would get in, but I knew if they got in, they would be dangerous. The second part that is, sort of the shame, and look, this has been a discussion for many years, and so I don't want to sound either like I am trying to promote myself or taking shots at anybody else. There was no, the people that were saying, hey, look, at the tiebreakers, if you look at the ACC's tiebreakers, they're the exact same as not only SEC's, but literally everybody else in the Power Four.
Right.
And really everybody else throughout the country, other than the Mountain West had their little thing where they had to have 4 different computer rankings and they took the average of it. And the American, who used the college football playoff rankings, those are the only 2 that were different. And believe me, I looked at all of them. And I said that from jump. But those things don't get amplified. And look, I've built a little bit of a following, but not nearly the following of the people who are just slamming the ACC because of their stupid tiebreaker rules while not looking at the tiebreaker rules of anybody else. The thing that happened with the ACC is Duke did the embarrassing thing that the league couldn't have. You go to UConn, you lose to Tulane on the road as well. Like, first off, stop going to those places.
Yes.
So that you don't lose to those teams on the road. Like, that needs to stop. So that is something that the ACC has done to itself. But then the second part of it is the ACC, because of the parity in the league, was the tiebreakers were stress tested in a way that no other league had them be stress tested. And unfortunately, the league ended up with egg on its face with it. But because of the run in the postseason, because Duke wins the championship and then wins the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl and ends up as a 9-win team, that feels and looks a lot better in the grand scheme of things. Because we will forget, like, if you ask people in August who Duke lost to last year, I don't think they're going to remember. No. Not many people will remember that they lost to UConn and Tulane. They'll see 9-5 and say, "Oh, that was your ACC champion." There was something going on there that we thought was funny, but like, Duke was a good team overall.
They were. I mean, they were a very good team. I actually think that they underachieved. They should have won the game at UConn. But I said this at the very beginning of the season. We spend all day talking about how great the non-conference schedules are and all the Power 5 teams or Power 4 teams that they play, and there's no mechanism to reward that. And certainly don't ever play Group of 5 teams on the road. Don't ever do it.
You got to act like a big boy conference, and big boy conferences do not do that. And so, if I'm Jim Phillips, and he has said this publicly in the past, so I'm not putting it on him. Like, the school's got to stop being cheap. Buy out of those games. Get your games at home. Whatever you got to do, because I know you're trying to save money by doing a home and home, and it is financially prudent to do that. But you know what's better for you financially? Winning. And losing on the road at UConn. That ain't good for the brand.
Yeah, nobody has asked Indiana who they've beaten outside of the league for 2 straight years.
Realizes that it's Kennesaw State, Old Dominion, and Illinois State. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, truly.
That Kennesaw State win, that was their best non-conference win in 2 years, Roddy. You know it. You know it because you're from there. You're from there. I was just down there. They had a good year.
Job with that too.
Hey, thank you very much. Enjoy the game tonight. We'll say go Canes, and I will talk to you soon. Happy New Year, my friend.
You're the man, AG. Happy New Year.
Love catching up with Ronnie Jones. No joke. Kennesaw State had a good year.
Yeah.
I think it was Indiana's best.
I'm still stuck on. I'm a true fan, not a new fan, or something like. I love it.
I stumbled upon that. He had been through it.
Yes, he's used that before.
So they apparently, and this is where the mascots and the sponsors for bowl games can really make the whole thing work. We know what they do at the Duke's Mayo Bowl. It still grosses me out that they dump some mayonnaise-based liquid on a coach's head. It's gross. I won't watch it. But it has certainly become a signature. Like, all right, I got to check this out. The Pop-Tarts Bowl, where they have the 3 Pop-Tarts and there's like they take bites out of it's just brilliant. The marketing and the engagement brilliance is awesome.
I just love seeing a walking Pop-Tart.
3 of them.
I know.
Right? So, but they apparently brought Roddy like a case of all different Pop-Tart. It's just,
oh, wow.
Yeah, there's so many flavors. He's right, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
We probably go a little too far. I mean, I'm not, first of all, I really don't put them in the toaster.
Okay, yeah.
I am way more apt to eat the Pop-Tart.
I could do either.
Room temperature.
Yeah.
But if you are going to put them in the toaster, you will lose skin on the roof of your mouth.
Yeah, it's like a Hot Pocket.
The frosting, it's hotter than anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's like taking a bite out of the sun.
Yeah,
so don't.
It's like the Home Alone movie where the guy fires his head off the top of it. But that's your mouth.
Do you remember the Stouffer's French bread pizzas? Why are we talking about this?
Do you
remember those?
Uh-huh.
Those were infinitely more hot.
Oh, yeah.
Than anything else you could put in your mouth.
And then the cheese sticks to your face, so it's torture. Like
on your chin.
You get a burn on your chin and the roof of your mouth.
The roof of my mouth, the skin is peeling off that. And now I have a line of a burn line.
Yep, and a lisp,
right
too. Because you have no taste buds. So you got a burn and a lisp. And people are asking, are you okay?
Can't taste anything for
I'm
2
not.
days. I'm sorry. Here you go. The end of the show. That's what happens. That's what happens.
It's fantastic.
Why are those things hotter than anything else?
I don't know, but we keep buying them.
I haven't bought a Stouffer's French bread pizza in a long time.
Yeah.
Pop-Tart's still a good go-to emergency snack. All right, have a great day, everybody. Victoria, thank you very much. Tomorrow's Friday, I'm told.
His Zamboni is bigger than yours. The Adam Gold Show on the North Carolina Sports Network.
Maybe with the Carolina Panthers making it to the playoffs, we should make a special Cardiac Cat cocktail. I'm Victoria Vodnecker here for Blue Shark Vodka, and what better way to celebrate our Panthers winning the NFC South than to make a special drink using the smoothest, cleanest vodka made right here in North Carolina. Add it as a mixer or take it straight because it's